Welcome back to the stream, guys. Welcome back to the stream of the streamer, biggest streamer. Welcome, guys. माँ का आज होगी तगड़ी वॉच पार्टी. आज PRX का मैच है 2-0 एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे अपन. इजी 2-0 है गाइस. मेरे ख्याल से तो 2-0 इजी 2-0 है. खत्म है मसला. आज इजी है. आराम से हराती टीएल को कुत्ता बना के. नेट से उसमें नेट से इजी है. नो वरीज गाइस. पैट्रिक बाबा काला दिख रहा है इसकी. ब्राइटनेस बढ़ाता हूँ. इसकी माँ का रुको गाइस. तो शक्ल क्या करता है बोल के बोल रहा. क्या है ये वाला आइसो. क्या है आइसो. वे सेट है ना. अब सेट है ना गाइस. अब है ना सही. तुम्हारा भाई इतना ही गोरा है रे. इसमें ये वाइट में और मेरे में कुछ फर्क नहीं. इतना ही गोरा हूं मैं. ऐसे ही रहते अपन. मसला समझ में आ रहा. 13-0 का वेट कर रहा हूँ मैं. आराम से 13-0 दिख रहा मैं कहीं को की. स्टार्ट हो गई क्या मैच. 2-0 कर दी वुल्फ को. वुल्फ कर दी सॉरी 2-0. टुमारोज मैच
gaming.
Maybe double gaming back.
Okay. Like a WW gaming.
Maybe.
All right, I can't wait to see that.
W gaming. ये चुप कर दो यार.
Weird WW gaming. What else we got? But more importantly, as you guys know, Team Liquid are running a 6-man roster for the rest of this tournament. And for the opening map, a will be Serial playing instead of Penny. Mel, what does that kind of tell us perhaps about the map veto and also...
कुछ कर लो यार. आज खत्म करो. चेंज करो.
Yeah, it could tell us so much about the comp and the map veto, right? Because we see Serial really thrive in that Cypher and that Senti role, and Penny on the other side of things, the duelist.
Yeah, so when Serial was playing in their series yesterday, it was on Sunset, right? Where they're going to be playing the Double Smokes comp with Serial on Cypher. Penny, on the other hand, was... Oh, and of course, what I forgot to mention, this means Camo is on Duelist, right? Whereas when Penny comes in, that was over on Icebox, and he's playing into the Jet, of all things.
And
but
Camo on the chamber.
that's what I wanted to say, right? Because that's where it gets
खत्म
interesting.
करो. जल्दी स्टार्ट करो.
Could have
12:30 बोलते 12:30 में स्टार्ट होता है क्या ये.
is not the
तब तक मैं ऐसे
default
गांडी से
agent
बैठूं.
on that map as a solo sentinel, but it sort of enabled Team Liquid to play a very like individuals focused style of game and
Start
give a lot
करो
of agency
पाठे.
to Penny.
And I think,
Party start
I
करो
mean,
party.
I gotta highlight Penny, right? I mean, this guy is the
Ah,
local Toronto
aim.
man. He's out here, and it's so awesome.
मेरे
to see
जैसा
him
नहीं
on
है
the
पर
court.
है.
I feel like
थोड़ा-थोड़ा
he's
aim
been so
लगा है.
successful and so good for Team Liquid in these moments. So, I mean, I guess you can't really go wrong. You got Camo on the duelist.
मेरे को
You have
Icebox
Penny on
में
the
चूतिया
duelist,
मैप
but
लगता है
it's
गाइस.
looking
कुछ
good
भी
no
बोलो.
matter where you go.
What I find interesting is because the roster lock
Screen
comes
change
before
किया.
map vetoes come in, is we have a situation where, for example, Serial starting today, Icebox could get picked, and all of a sudden, maybe we see a different comp actually be played by Team Liquid. They have to be flexible.
And I'll add another layer
Start
onto
it,
that
start
is
it,
because
start
of the
it.
draw and paper
Panda
race and
लेके आ रहे
they
हैं
were
आज
pulled
भाई.
out of the pool first. They are default the first seed in this matchup. There will be no coin flip. So it kind of plays into what you said about prep and...
Crazy
Right,
man.
so you could maybe make
Crazy.
some decisions based on the opponent you're seeing on the other side. Both teams are
Oh,
going to have that whole night ready
Batman.
to prep and know what they want to favor in
Something.
the map select.
दवाई.
It doesn't get more
4 second.
important than this match.
Jingu.
The prep, the blood,
भाई
sweat
एक
and tears.
बार
it
बार
will
Sentinel
come
वर्सेस
down
PRX
to
करा
this
दे यार. प्लीज
between
मेरा हो
Paper
जाएगा.
X
मेरा
and
खत्म हो
Team
जाता है.
Liquid. We only
मेरा मसला
have
खत्म हो
room
जाता. मैं
for
छोड़
one
दे
of
तू
them
VCT
at
देखना.
playoffs. So without further ado, let's send this back down to the stage and bring out Paper X and Team Liquid.
It doesn't get more tricky than this
Prx versus Team Liquid.
चलो स्टार्ट है। स्ट्रीम क्या हो रही? अब क्या करते हैं?
This
तुम में
is
तो
in
तुम
the last ticket for playoffs, and we have two
Sheesh.
modes of
Double
transport
नहीं,
to get
WrestleMania.
there. Smooth sailing,
अगले क्या
liquid,
WrestleMania
or
हुआ?
track by track on that Prx
सुनना नहीं है
train.
तो बोलना टॉपिक
Which
डिस्कस
one are we taking?
I absolutely love it. I am all aboard the train.
Yeah.
I think with Prx, this team looks very sharp in their opener. And Mel, it looks like we're starting things out on split.
Yeah, and for me,
You're sailing.
yesterday I thought it was a little too late, but it was more than enough. Nats coming in, I'm fully on board the ship for Nats and in that Team Liquid.
And we didn't get to
Yes.
see split yesterday. It
क्या
was
map
map
से?
3, which means we
इसको
don't
बोलते
know
हैं map
if
pick.
Serial was
ऐसे
meant
भी
to
रहना था,
play or
खत्म ना
Penny
मसला मेरा।
was meant to
Industry
play.
खत्म
But we
था।
do know
ऐसे
for
भी
this
Heaven.
one, it will be
Heaven
Penny. It will
avoid
be
ही
Serial.
करते हैं।
Yeah,
Mostly.
Serial makes sense here. And, you know, if I'm sort of metagaming here and thinking about what you're playing on split with Serial in, that could be, you know, probably Viper coming in with
Right.
Sentinel. That would make a lot of
Mutton
sense.
biryani
Add that
खाया
bit
guys.
of Penny,
Mutton
perhaps
biryani.
it's a double duelist. We'll never know.
Exactly. I mean, it's just so much to think about, and I feel like there's only one way for this match to really go down, and it's just in pure chaos. How much can you really prep
Mutton
for
biryani
either
खा
team?
के
Anything can
आए।
go either way. We're seeing Team Liquid
ये
change
जो
the night
टीम
before
लेने की
match.
बात हो रही आरसीबी की,
The day
ये
before
सही
match.
हो रही क्या?
Anything can happen. It's going to get like some
कैश
street
में हो रही?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Black
to
में
watch.
हो रही।
In previous
ये जो
matchups,
white
we
में
have
है,
seen
black
play
में है।
on the newer patch in recent events, and we've seen double smokes.
कैश जो
basically
होना,
mirror
सूटकेस में
compositions,
होना,
right?
है,
Double
थैली में
duelist,
होना,
Yoru plus a raise.
तुम्हारे को
The only-
गांड
and
पे
the
होना,
fate
हाथ
in the
में
mix
होना।
The only difference in these teams is in terms of smokes,
तो
with
team
Prx
होना
favoring
तुम्हारा।
Astra and the Omen coming through from TL.
And that's interesting to note because Astra, we're starting to see less and less of
चलो
a
भाई,
peak rate.
शुरू
A
करो।
lot of teams are
चलो
leaning
भाई,
towards that
चलो,
Omen because
शुरू
you
करो।
can get up on higher ground on the attack, and the post plant's getting more aggressive, and the blind is always handy.
Yeah, that line control with the paranoia, right? When you don't have a breach or anything, makes taking control quickly over ramps and be Heaven a lot easier. With the Astra, you're not going to be able to achieve that in the same way.
My eyes go towards this Viper from Nat because in EMEA, a lot of other teams
Viper,
criticize
Nats,
Team Liquid
भाई।
for not doing anything
Something
different on
rat.
split. They would just do the same thing over and over
Fucking
again.
rat.
But what they don't understand is Nats has been playing the same way on split since 2020,
Real.
and he has still not been punished.
And also, the patch, we've moved past the need to play
Patton.
breach and everything like this every
Brad
single
against
game. We are
March.
moving back into a style of Valorant that very much benefits Nats'
When
playstyle
the match
and
starting,
the way
man?
he likes to call.
The lack of the breach in Teo means you don't feel as
Match
much
कब start
threat
हो रही,
when you're
guys?
on the attack. When you're trying to go up ramps, or you're trying to walk out B main, you don't feel like you're going to walk into a breach Teo trap. So definitely going to open up more for Nats, and I can't say enough how much I'm going to be watching him in this matchup and look to him to really carry the game.
Exactly, and in terms of a matchup of styles, we just saw in our opener, you know, the heavy exec team in BLG
Start
fall to the
करना।
slower, detailed,
चलो,
macro-oriented
start
style of Wolves. I think there's similarities here between the two teams we have on stage now.
Yeah, Prx not messing about insta-locking this. You know, the Divide versus
Yoru,
Nats head-to-head is going to be
something,
very,
Jing.
very interesting. And I don't anticipate anything different from Liquid. either
No
from what we talked
Sentinel?
about.
Yeah, Prx
Are you
is
sure
still locking
about
all
that?
of their agents, and Team Liquid with the final picks coming in here. I'm also anticipating the Viper
पर
lock from
Astra
that,
खेलने
so
सच में मजा
nothing
आता
from
है।
beyond
कुछ
the
भी
norm
बोलो,
here, but still
कहीं
I'm
से भी star
expecting
डालो,
some
उठाओ।
brawly action here from both of these teams.
Yeah, nothing. I did
Astra
misspeak
मजा।
earlier. It had been Prx that had been rocking the Omen team
Pulling
Liquid
them
on the
in.
Astra, so no surprises yet on that front.
No, indeed. And for Nats, when the side goes to the defense,
start
he's
again.
going to be mid. When it's on the attack, he's going to be in their spot.
कौन
with
सी
an
टीम?
elbow.
The very
Prx,
important thing on
Prx,
defense for both
50-50.
these teams, especially our Euro players,
50%.
get in front of the Viper utility. There's no
Attack
sentinel on
win,
either
man.
team. Shutting down lurks comes not from playing the information game off your abilities.
7
It comes
times
from being
played.
a human drone on the Yoru, taking those forward lines and cutting away the ability to lurk into your sights.
And I can't express this enough, the
Chalo,
importance
start
of the
it, start it,
operator
start.
in moments like
100%.
that. It makes duels that are more 50-50 into 90-10% win rate duels. You
इसका
want to
start
be
ना
able
होगा,
to
delay में चल रहा
just shoot
पिंगा ये भैया।
the Viper lurk
Something?
or the Cypher lurk and just end it there.
Or you've heard from the coaches, the players, and the fans from us. This is going to get weird. So I'm bringing you two people to keep us grounded. Take it away, Achilles on Paper Thin.
We are going to do our damnedest, but every time we thought we were going to get
तुम
something
दोनों की
weird,
शक्ल देखने ना बट हम
wasn't
यहाँ
that weird in the end? We've had some, unfortunately, pretty straightforward performances from a lot of the teams. This one, we are hoping to get down and dirty, into the mud, into the glue, and have some truly just
Let's go.
batshit entertainment, to be frank. There's no other way to
अरे
put
वो
it out there.
ट्रांजैक्शन
Sorry
बताना ना
for
रे
your
मैप
ears.
का होने
Oh,
लो
no.
रे.
I'll eat the fine.
They're
It's all
bleeding.
good.
What have you done to
Normal
me?
Let's go ahead
transaction.
and get ready to get into the action. Toronto, are you ready to get our last
Let's
team into the
go.
playoffs?
We are ready. Born ready, guys.
Quick start here. Team Liquid looking to push the pace. They're already TP'd in. They're already blast packed in. And they have control of this site. It's going to have to be a full-on retake for Paper
DL
Rex.
attack दिमाग लगाया वो
The
लोग.
amount of spam damage has
13-0
been taken.
होने से
3
अच्छा.
players tagged up here on the side of Liquid.
Spike plant.
Something needing a bit. Already in
मारा
position
रे.
here. Trying to go for the retake on Paper Rex, but they're already losing out on 2 players. Divide will peel 1 back as Kiko will be taken out of the fray here. Putting on the corner now.
Oh,
It's gonna be
oh.
Divide have to do it all.
Ah.
Get it done. 3 players surviving. Liquid.
पिस्टल राउंड ही है ना.
Find the
पिस्टल
opening
राउंड
pistol
निकाले
here on
कोई
split.
ना.
I think the pace catching Paper Rex
Pistol
a bit
no.
off guard there. And
भगवान
they
के नाम पे
stacked
रहता
up
guys.
all in screens,
तुम लोग
trying
समझ
to
जाओ
make a
सब डालते ना
retake,
अपन.
and that's just a crossfire.
ये किसको
Crossfire
भगवान को ये किसको मैं
Team
को वो
Liquid.
किसको तेरे को
Got
वैसा
players on every angle. And they just are willing to peek that while Paper Rex is trying to figure out how they're going to make this retake go, how they're going to use their util. By the time they're getting to that stage, they're already getting
किसको अच्छा
nice.
बन हाँ
That's a
First
great
round ये
start
पट्टे.
for Team Liquid, especially going up against this
फर्स्ट
Paper
राउंड
Rex
से
team
करते
who
कैसा
has done really well in the past against some of the EMEA teams, especially the first time they face them. Oh, there it is.
Trying to get an orb. Trying to get a push out, but Team Liquid.
how to finish game
Cut them down
within
to
10
size.
seconds
Nice little headshot here from Divide with that Sheriff.
so that we can plan
Sounds like being
strategically.
flawless, but exit out event is going to be watched.
Spike
Spam
planted.
starts coming through, and it looks like he's just going to go ahead and look to reroute.
इसको मारो
At the
बोल के
same time,
बोल
Kiko wanting to go on the prowl,
Gun
trying
गिरा
to
तारे
find this
दल्ले होने.
elimination, which would put him just 1 charge away from having a showstopper.
Exactly.
He will find
नहीं
it
मारा
too.
आखिर को
Kiko off to the races. And if he can
उसका
find an
point
orb, it's going to be
दिखानी.
showstopper as
Key
Liquid will be
ult
looking to
showstopper
convert
के
in
लिए
bonus.
बीमेन
Yeah,
जाता
love the
लेता
game plan
मारता
here for Liquid to start. Just come out swinging. And yeah, PRX tries to use this toxic screen to their advantage to grab an orb, but Team Liquid already in place, just mowing players down. Crazy to
आज कहीं
think,
को नींद आ जाए
this is
सारी
the first time that Nats has ever played Paper Rex on a stage. It's wild to think that, considering how
Let's
many
go.
internationals
Yep.
he and Paper Rex
easy
have been
2-0
at.
guys PRX
And that was one of the big
trust
things
you,
on my
brother.
mind coming into this. How are they going to handle that? You know, on both sides of the equation. Nax being a phenomenal IGL now. Good flash there.
And Camo is taking the fight. Not ready for the second layer, though, at a ramp, so Jing does manage to trade it back.
Arre!
Kiko breaks things wide open. Straight up into the A side as Patman falls. Jing going to try to lurk around the back, but Nat's watching for
Arre
this,
nahi,
waiting
dekh
in
raha hai.
anticipation and
देख
waiting it
रहा
out.
है
Expect to be damned, he finds the kill.
Bring them down.
And that
उन्हें देखा शायद ना
pretty
गाइस
much
जब वो
seals the
निकला
deal
उधर
on his
से
bonus getting converted.
4 सेकंड का इसका एम
I think
चलना
this
पड़ता
should be a
समथिंग
save
का
at this point. Forsaken and Divide.
डुएबल है
Gonna maybe going for some damage here.
Kiko lingering within the smoke, the corner hold here from Serial. Comes up with the goods, and now it's just Divide. He'll not be able to find
क्या
the
हो रहा
damn
पट्टे
thing. Team Aces, Team
क्या हो
Liquid.
रही बोल रही
Have
पब्लिक
themselves a
पटेला क्या हो
3-0
रहा
start
है
here on Split.
जारी क्या ये
It's a bit
मैच
concerning. I think one of the things that I really liked about Team Liquid, especially watching their match against MIVR yesterday, was the coordination that they have. You know, you heard Nats talking about it in one of the quick glimpses. we
Nats
got into
hold
their
ही कर रहा
comp
था
where
उस
he
चीज के
said,
लिए
you know, call it out. If they're left, we go left. If they're right, we go right. You know, whatever we're
the game
doing,
plan
let's
I
make
want
sure
to
we do it as a
send
team.
it.
And you're already seeing that tremendous
Nats hold ही
coordination
उसके लिए
from
कर रहा था
Team
कब आता
Liquid here
बोल
to
के
start. And Paper Rex is trying to spread the map a
अरे
bit, go
force
for
by भी
some
नहीं है लोगों को।
one-and-done plays, trying to use their natural talent
इको करे
to get some advantages, but Team Liquid is way ahead of them right now.
ओह
Well, there you go.
Shot!
Okay.
Either of a shot, a little bit short on that haunt, but still able to find an opening kill.
शॉट पट्टे
On
बैटमैन
the board in thrifty fashion would certainly be
करके दिया हेडशॉट
a
और एक हो
Paper X
जाए
maneuver.
हो जा और एक
There's something peeking there from the box, just a
Something
classic
कुछ
in
भी नहीं
hand.
कर रहा।
Opts to go ahead, back away, give up a bit of space, and then try to escort the rest of the team forward. The flashes try to fly. Not getting the full blind, but the paranoid
मारो रे
the job. Slows up the approach here. The shots start connecting. 2 more kills can be found for the side of
3v2.
Paper X, and keep
3v1
down to
is also-
6 HP. But Paper X now in a fantastic position to convert this.
Great
3v1
adjustment
is also-
from Paper Rex. And a good opener kill.
Guys, easy,
Able to find
guys,
that by
easy,
Patman's
easy.
way. That really opens things up. I mean, Kiko.
नाइस एंड इजी
Yep.
Bucky
Let's
shot,
go!
Right them down. MasterCard thrifty confirmed.
Ganne,
Paper
ganne,
Rex. sparing themselves some blushes from the previous 3 rounds.
Nice one, guys. Nice
Yep.
one.
That's about right for PaperX. Why save when you have 100 credits and 0 credits between your 2 last players when you have rifles, when you can just go through and win trophies like this? I mean, it's just the PaperX way, and you just have to ride the wave. That's hugely fine Serial first. Kiko just dead to rights at that point with 6 HP. Able to take down the full health Kiko there very quickly.
Just awarded 3 rounds of lifetime to Alex's desk, and there's another solid opening kill. Something on the peek out in the main gets rid of Nats, and Nats on the floor. For PaperX players, it's going to feel like the rest of this round should be a bit more breezy.
Poison's off.
This is... Ooh. That's what you need from something. You need that operator to come alive.
It's the worldwide just shifting around from A to B. Those first 2 kills, Kiko will be able to answer one back. PaTaTek look to make a run of this, try to make it as costly as possible. Slim up the bankroll here from PaperX, but decide to go is the question. Operator's going to be sliding back in towards garage here. Something on the angle. Ready to bring this one to a swift conclusion, and he shall. 3K. It's PaperX their 2nd round win.
Yeah, this is what you really need. The game plan for PaperX in the first round hasn't changed to now. It's just they're converting on these opening kills. They're getting that advantage. Whether it be Patman Sheriff or something operator, that's really what they need to get going. Gotta find those man advantages on this defender side. Don't let Team Liquid get into those post plants. They are going to likely shut you out, no matter how good your retakes are. You have some options now. You could play for a retake here because you've got some of the ults to do so. As PaperX, couple ults for Team Liquid as well. And they're going to send it right off the rip with the Dimensional Drift. Kamo out there. He's not going to see too much. Wide open A site.
Bottom to 1, maybe a glimpse there on the Divide. He's going to try to push the pace here. Get in on top of this Yoru, takes him low, but cannot take him down. Camel surviving 33 HP. Patman closely encroaching here. Nats around the corner.
Nice.
Dealt with there. PaTaTek. They fall. The Nightfall's going to be committed. Kiko able to avoid that, so they might not be too certain, but there you go. That's all the confirmation you need. A gun barrel going to be spotted. Showstopper not able to find it. The defuse being held.
Ping pong.
Peeks out looking for a bit more. We'll just be met with death, and suddenly we are tied up 3-3.
That's a huge win for PaperX, and their aggression here as Team Liquid is trying to get the spike planted is what wins them the round. Divide sacrificing himself for the cause. Then Patman and Forsaken finding a nice crossfire angle. Patman being right at Divide's heel. Something there to clean it up at the end. That's what they need. Disrupt Team Liquid on those
Equalizer, 3v3.
You're going to start winning the round.
Plenty of cash out for PaperX. That's just going to be the pit infested here in mid. Playing back around the corner. Obviously don't have to be concerned about a showstopper. And something peeks in. Cyril's holding the angle, but something finds the headshot.
Saw the shoulder of the Yoru clone, and he knew it the whole time. Knew it the whole way. TP's going around him.
Spots it out. He's trying to clear it. Not able to do so. Still potentially a vulnerability here, but it looks like Forsaken is going to sprint over to go ahead and deal with it.
That's good. That really opens up the map a bit more for them. Something holding the line at B. They can lean more towards A now. They know it. It's going to be a bit of a fake attempt here. A 2-2 split for Team Liquid on this attack to try to get it going.
The pick now coming through. Patman going to be taken out, and with that elimination, they say, okay, just try to send it across. Do they back off of this now? Looks like the answer is going to be no. Still committing to this rotation towards the A site. As Jing going to get timing by Nats.
Gun out to
now into a 3v3. Dimensional Drift available for something. They try to go for the retake, but Forsaken filling the site. Gets that full blind onto Kiko. Nats now dealt with. And PaTaTek, likelihood, should just go for the save. The smoke dissipating. Time not going to be on his side. Gets the spot on the something. Forsaken will be there for the cleanup. PaperX now, 4 rounds consecutive. They get themselves into the lead.
Yeah, they're really starting to take map control. Obviously, the Viper's Pit helps here. Make sure that mid is unassailable. Forsaken finds a really big kill there from screens. and then repositioned away from the paint shells that was coming his way. It makes Kiko pay. Gets a 3K to boot. That's going to ring out a time out from Team Liquid. They want to try to figure out what the heck is going on because it looked great to start, and then all of a sudden, Prx just got into gear.
Let's see if they opt to go for any kind of half buy here, maybe a stinger purchase for the team, but they are getting into a good position when it comes down to the ult cycle at the moment. So showstopper for Kiko about to be back online for his second in the half. Halfway to the dimensional drift, but the pit for Nats similarly right there. One charge left to go.
That's going to be a little bit interesting because we've seen Prx be pretty aggressive towards the orbs early. So trying to get to one of those extra ults that can maybe be a round changer like Kiko's showstopper is something you have to be talking about, I assume, in this timeout. And it's, I think, something that Prx is probably discussing as well. Maybe a little bit some of their mid-rounding ideas, making sure that you got your gun out whenever there is a Viper smoke anywhere near you, because God only knows where Nats is going to be. But a lot of good ideas here from Prx. The game plan, once they started converting, very solid. Team Liquid seemingly going to line up here for a big hit through Garage, and Prx has got quite a few players of their own to try to block this up. C's at the ready.
Waiting out the clone here. See if they get any more noise coming their way.
3, 2.
He crashed and set, cleared, flash. It does go through, so he's going to be on the back there. A bit delayed from the nade. Get the spot out here on Kiko. They want to try to flush him out. Jing does manage to spray down too. Weapon going to be upgraded. Showstopper online for Kiko.
1v2.
Suddenly this round, it might have just turned on its head if he can isolate one. The Showstopper can all but guarantee the kill on the other.
Trying to figure out where that operator was. Was worried it might be up in B heaven. But he's actually going to dodge. Players of Prx. Devi considering, do I go over A? Do we try to split this 1-1? We just maintain this B hold.
I think they know that he's going to have that ult online now, so they have to try to play together. Obviously don't want to stack up on the approach, but Kiko will make the right decision by going for the full rotate. There's a real chance of converting this into a round victory.
Absolutely. That showstopper.
30 seconds left.
You got to be so aware of. No TPs for something. Suppose it could use a dimensional drift here.
The old-fashioned way, but yeah, dimensional drift might be a decent way to try to get the spot out and avoid at least one getting taken down to the showstopper.
Trying to make noise, trying to bait out that showstopper. With patience being shown.
Hasn't swapped weapons. Likely just have to rely on the sidearm here. Gets the spot out. Showstopper immediately going to be set. Can try to wait this out. Does buy a decent amount of time. Something out of the dimensional drift taken down. Kiko holding on the angle. Devi needing to get the clear, and he cannot. It's a Red Bull clutch from Kiko. As Team Liquid ties up.
Yeah, just trying to figure out how they can work around that angle that Kiko's holding. They just can't quite find the opportunity. Pulls the showstopper at a great time. Something coming out of the dimensional drift into an area where Kiko can get the rocket to land and fall right back to the safety of cover.
PUBG चल रहा है पर वही
where Kiko's holding the angle.
नहीं इसमें CS को क्या लगा थे?
A nice round.
इसमें 13 राउंड्स रहते तो जीतना रहता जो पहले जीतता उन्हें विनर है.
He's got a pit and a cosmic divide.
हाँ.
He takes some aggressive space and trying to find a catch here on the Nats. Just gonna go ahead and scoop up that orb 2 charges away from a showstopper as something clears out the gate crash here at backside. Ultimate bait for now. Another one going to be sent though, and Devi, perfect position to find the punish for Kiko again! Absolutely destructive! 2 quick kills. Something's positioned now known. Kiko gets the drag across, another 3K for him. Player advantage in the hands of Team Liquid. Spike forward, opposite side of the pillar. Forsaken just cycling these smokes as Jake himself up into heaven, catches the glimpse of one. Cannot find the kill, nor a lick of damage.
Nice.
Repeat though, Serial taken down out of backside. Forsaken avoiding the haunt. Here's the tap, swings in on a perfect timing. Comes down to
इधर स्ट्रीम पे जाता है बस.
Quickly playing off his fallen teammates. Prx reestablish a lead.
This
ये
is
उन लोग
beautiful
का है, मैं
coordination
देख रहा
here
हूँ खाली, ये इधर
between
जाती है।
Forsaken and Jing. Never overcommitting to their angles. Forsaken doing a good job being elusive, TPing into a smoke, moving out of it as it's about to dissipate, dodging the haunt, throwing another smoke of his own, and they have no idea that he's going to be so close to stop that plant.
करा
Jing hits a real banger there onto Serial with the Phantom from afar, right there for that crossfire, dropping down right as Forsaken wants to swing. Absolutely beautiful work between those two, the longtime teammates.
Still neck and neck, though, here between these two squads.
There.
Very much a shared effort from the side of Prx, just one kill separating the top from the bottom. There's Kiko's got his carry pants on. And Divide just get taken down. Angel try to open up a bit of space here in Heaven. Forsaken on the reposition. It's in behind the box, avoids the haunt.
नेड तो है
It's going to be Liquid just pumping the brakes and starting to explore opposite side of the map. Cutting across now through the sewer, and Batman on a walkabout. He will end up behind them, but does he get the read?
Not making any noise. If they had made any noise at all in sewers, he would have been very, very aware, but he is suspecting that they have gone to the other side of the map. Continues to lurk in that direction. Granted, he'll have that angle open.
अरे
That Cosmic Divide
कहाँ जा रहा
would give away the script.
Onto the A side. Does allow him to sprint forward a little bit before he has to worry about making noise here. Seems Serial classic at hand. Going to be the first point of contact. He's going to try to get through. Pit now invested from Nats. There's the backstab coming through. Just disrespecting this is Forsaken. Pushes forward, but he thought that he finished the kill there. On to Camo. Doesn't take him down, but something quickly trades it back. The Pit's still going to be a major concern here for the side of Prx. Push forward, Kiko shut down. It's just Nats now with a ghost. There's something up onto the Raptors. We'll be able to find him. Lead now stretched. Prx get up to 6.
Yeah, this is so crucial here that Patman finds that timing on the lurk. He has been so good at that, especially on Icebox in this event. Now showing you that he can open it up on different maps. That creates that extra angle that they really, really needed.
दिखा लुंगी दिखा
उसका gun. Got there just in time. Forsaken there.
आगाज से ही
Quite find
बता
the second, but did enough damage. Kiko, let's go for the timing off the util. Not gonna happen. Some ultimate
frustration on
Spike
that.
को छोड़ के सब जगह ult मारा Nats.
Sometimes you think you got enough bullets through. It's back into a buy, and Kiko is going to be bringing an attack up to bear.
Surprisingly, no op for Prx. Could definitely afford one.
हाँ main control ले रहे mid control ले दे रहे
Get the catch onto that lurking Viper.
Who's next?
Dimensional drift to start. Camo pushing forward, trying to get the scout out. Wants a spot onto something, tries to go for the exit, but he is just not out at all. Why they're in the hall?
Timing.
He's out lurking Nats. Windfall now, avoided by 1. A catch onto 2.
Offer
They have to backpedal and give it the off investment. They might just look to save. We'll find 1. Jing going to be taken down here in mid, but the rest of the team refills some space. The Spike now stranded.
लेने दे रहे Spike.
Backing away now. Saying, okay, you guys can grab that Spike.
हो जाए
We
clutch
got
हो जाए.
numbers. Let's make sure we're playing for trades. Maybe Prx guesses wrong a bit on which site, but they're just going to sit and spawn and look for that lurk. They're one player unaccounted for, maybe in their minds as well. They feel like they got to make sure.
गलत
They know where
read
it's at,
गलत
but
read गए
See,
पे.
this may actually just be a save.
Players worlds apart with just
भाई
16
ऑफ दे दो
seconds
भाई
remaining.
ऑफ.
Well, I'm going to just go ahead and hold on to this, and I mean, you can take a look. The economy is in a very poor spot at the moment here for Team Liquid.
10 seconds left.
With 50 creds on Camo. We need these carried over weapons to find some impact going into this next round. But with this win here, Prx guarantee themselves a lead at the half.
Yeah, you're going to have some pretty nice ults, though, for Team Liquid. You're going to have a showstopper. You're going to have a Nightfall.
Last round.
Working into this next round. But you most likely have a showstopper. You're 1 away. So there's a good chance that Kiko's going to find it. Great read there by
Kamo
something.
पीछे देखो
On the ult as
पीछे.
well, it's just
Thought he was safe.
just a misread.
Might have been something that Prx noticed in Avad. That's where he likes to get out of that dimensional drift. They were just ready for it. Judge for Forsaken.
Maybe looking to get aggro here in Garage. Try to just maybe TP forward. Get in deep. Either way, yep, Smoke is going to be pushed through. He can hold the doors. Boombot does get the reveal here on Serial.
Now you should really
ये round तो PRX का
put some pressure down on other parts of the map.
Easy 8-4 switch.
Rex, but they're playing pretty passive on A and B side.
Attack में PRX को रोक नहीं
Seated
सकते.
over mid control. Devi's just going to play.
Trigger discipline.
Team Liquid, slow but sure, working their way forward. Nat's going to try to counter lurk, remembering what Patman did previously. But for now, Paper Rex playing very patient. They want to get this judge going.
Shadows traveling.
Big presence here in
mid.
Peek towards the vents. Prowler not spotting anything there for Patman. Liquid now.
Astra तो गया.
Go for a quick pivot if they don't like
Astra
what
तो गया
they're
guys.
seeing on this B site.
जो उसको surprise motherfucker मिलने वाला है. उसकी गांड फट के
Serial at the moment, his work absolutely cut out for him.
उसकी गांड फट के हाथ में देखो.
It's gonna whip. That's gonna encourage them to now push forward. The drop down, swing out from Jing off the back of the paranoia sent from Forsaken, who still holds down Garage. That's able to fight back for one, but Jing gets himself a third and something cleans up the rest. 8-4 at the half. Paper Rex with one hell of a recovery.
Crazy to think that Team Liquid only got one round after winning the bonus, and Paper Rex came storming back on their defender side.
Good position to be in here for Paper Rex on their map pick, but it is a Liquid after all. We'll see how they fare as they swap over to the defending side. We come back after halftime.
And I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. It's not the same when I'm with you. You open up before I do. Came out a different shade of blue. It's not the same when I'm with you. But it's always a surprise when, oh, it's always a surprise when the tide comes in. When the tide comes in. But it's always a surprise when, oh, it's always a surprise when you call again. When you call again. How long's the shoreline anyway? I've measured every other day.
Eight and 4 at the half with Paper Rex in front. Recovering from that 0-3 start. We'll go ahead and take a look at the Coinbase Econ report here. As something, what's going on? What's up with that?
Operators are pricey.
Yeah, they are.
He had like 11 kills. Divide by 0, you're just that good.
Yeah, I guess so. But for Jing and Keiko, they've kind of been two of the big bright spots here for them, current kill leaders on their respective teams.
Absolutely. I mean, Kiko, so hot in some of these rounds. I mean, you can see there early on, he dropped off just a bit, and Jing just accelerated as that half went on. Still, he, isn't in the same area as the kill count as Kiko. He's 3 behind, but he started to really find some impact there. Found some good trade moments. Really liking that Jing in some of those situations wasn't overcommitting. Old Paper Rex might just try to go for some of those big hero plays out in the open. This Paper Rex has some good discipline. They're really well tuned here today.
कुछ भी नहीं, बस सेफ रहता
Some of the
था.
other situations we've seen
रिस्टोर
them
ना
in the
वैसे
past.
फोटोस से रिस्टोर हो जा रहे.
Paper Rex going to go for a bit of protection here, it would seem.
Easy
Half
for
all
PRX
on most
attack.
players aside from Devi.
घुस जाते सीधा घुस. घुस जाओ डबल सैचेल आउट मूव पे
Gets the headshot on the Patek. Patek answers back.
2 HP है 2 HP
Gets
है
the cleanup. He'll fall down to 22, but keeps himself
यार
alive.
जिनको
It's a
सपोर्ट नहीं
full
करते तो
pivot
मैं
here
सपोर्ट
for
करो ना
Paper X, but Team Liquid
22
come on
HP
top of
बचा हुआ
this.
उन्हें
Have a triple stack set up, pushing now in towards Mail.
Not a bad idea, but Patty Tech just outplays Jing there. Paper X trying to do a little bit of a fake,
सपोर्ट करे
bit of a double take.
बाद में खाली ते कोई
It's rotated over. Might have a good opportunity.
कुछ नहीं होता
Patty Tech
से
can be sight.
कोई
They can get through
मारो
quick.
इसको मारो पहले तो पैट्रिक को मारो पैटमैन पैट्रिक इजी दोनों पा वाले
Finds himself another headshot for Forsaken. Down to 20. Swing over the corner. Patek sprawling them here. This team will
22 HP वाले को नहीं मार पा रहे
0 in pistols. Take that first step
Noobs,
towards recovery
noobs,
here on
noobs.
split.
Well, half armors didn't make too much of a difference there.
Definitely not.
That was just really clean shooting, especially Patty Tech. God, that's good. That's so hard to do, especially as Jing gets a headshot on the way through. And they just get that crossfire from B Heaven. Start mowing players down. And yeah,
Alex getting angry
that
again
that one's frustrating.
Unblinking there for Mind Freak, just staring in disbelief.
outlaw B-man outlaw
Brought
pistol
forward
round
here, full
normal
investment
easy
from the side of Liquid, so any casualties will be costly. That's once again with a Spectre. Here in the mid. Gets the
home
transfer.
delivery.
Something and Forsaken both can take it down very swiftly. Clear the haunt. Jing out
Ace,
wide.
pakka smart
Down
time.
for the 3K,
Ah,
looking
bach
for 4. Vi will be able to shut him down a bit.
Concealment.
Pulling off a thrifty from here, looking to die impossible.
ah,
That being said,
Duber है.
it does continue to
3v2.
make this worse and worse overall for Liquid.
पनौती रे
Kiko will find the final 2 shots, so a couple weapons going to be lost here.
केको
Still going to be
कई
Team
को बोल
Liquid
के मार
closing
दिया
out the anti-eco.
Yeah, Nat's there.
next map easy
So
next map is easy
stalwart, just holding the line with that Spectre, taking in something, trying to make something happen.
केको
And Kiko, good angle,
Okay,
and an outlaw cleans it up. And
Alex भाई रहने
Alex
दो
wanted more players to push Nats. I think that was maybe the plan there, is to just run him down and see what happens. Neither here nor there, as we now have all rifles for the side of Paper Rex, and not too bad still. I mean, that outlaw not going to find any value, as there is everybody with, well, it could find value, but everybody's got full armors on the side of Paper Rex. Making a bit of noise.
easy
As they're
Jing
starting to
double
line up
satchel
for this
घुस
hit,
जाए
but you've got Team
वो मत
Liquid
छोड़ दिया Jing
set in,
bring them down.
and they're dug in.
3 players in position as the clone eats the damage. Patek taken down to 46 behind it, but Jing, once again, a casualty. Some counter
nice
spray from
one.
Forsaken will be able to
trade
flush
हो गया
the
trade हो गया
invade out of the
trade हो
smoke.
गया
Team Liquid now needing to rotate the
Big
full
back.
forces across. Concern about a potential late flank here, but soon find out that everyone from PRX situated over towards the side.
Shot.
Patman with a nice headshot, able to find
Nice.
camo.
Nice.
That's going to be cleaned up. There's 2 players remaining here.
Enemy
Spot
remaining.
onto Kiko comes through. Patman finds himself another. 0 with a recovered Vandal. His
yeah,
fallen
Patman
teammate will
OP
be able to
lead
pull one back. A little bit of damage going to be found, but Paper X this time are able to deny the bonus
ये लोग
conversion.
एक बार भी
Had
टाइम
a
आउट
big
नहीं लिए
concern there initially, with Paper X trying to force their way up into A Heaven. And that clone body blocks perfectly for Patty Tech, but Forsaken able to track him down, and then Forsaken sees that there's 2 players here at the top of ramp, calls immediately for reinforcements to swing over to help him out. Patman, Johnny on the spot in this round, does a really nice job. It's going to give Paper Rex a 3-round lead.
9-6
Team
guys
Liquid, though, can't quite buy up full.
13-6
Bulldog
13-6
and a
is
stinger
all they
there.
get
A couple of their players. This Paper X can have the advantage in firepower. They're taking their time. Trying to see what kind of response they get.
Facebook का नंबर
The Haunt even get a Prowler out from Team Liquid, so that's not too bad.
नहीं
In terms
नंबर
of,
जो नंबर से
utility
बनाया था
that gets thrown their way. Now they're going to cut noise. Think about this B hit, but a couple of Astra stars here,
Gmail.
right at the front. You've got 2
decent rate,
players.
though.
Yeah, 2 players up in B Heaven. Got to make sure that's somehow
नंबर
accounted
भी नहीं
for.
है तेरे को
These nades going out. Paranoia not getting the connection there.
और गट पासवर्ड ना पता है
Gravwell away here from Serials. Patman, it's the Nightfall online with that orb take.
इसका नाइटफॉल इतनी जल्दी कैसे आ गया
Fake out, but at the very
अच्छा
least,
40 सेकंड्स हो
not
गए
gonna go
ठीक है ठीक है
barreling into this B site quite just yet.
They're going to try to create a bit of a crunch here. Maybe. No, they're gonna back off. They don't like it. They're gonna try what they did on that pistol round again. Gotta wait for Forsaken smokes to cycle in. They just do.
Face your fear!
Right, ball towards heaven. They're going to connect 1-to-1. On. Spin away, keep the position here. As Jing goes barreling forward, simplifying the headshot, something covering fire, cleaning up two. Camo arriving, peeking. Finds the kill. Batman now left to his own devices. Spots out the enemy Yoru. Flush him out, the Prowler. Confirming presence from the other player. Tries to fake the plant, but he's just completely, utterly surrounded. Team Liquid deny double digits here for Prx.
Yeah, I think for Prx here, getting a little too thoughtful, to be honest. They probably just could have gone for this hit a little bit sooner, or I liked the original idea that I saw them trying to go for, where they were going to try to push B Heaven. That angle is really giving them problems here on this defender side. The Team Liquid players have been really good at getting those crossfires to go, and really good at shutting the Prx executes down on that side of the map. Now you're going to be down onto a weaker buy for Prx. It's an outlaw for something. Divide does have enough for a Phantom. Shotgun for Jing.
That outlaw can find some value. Serial does have half armor. As the Bucky, it's going to be a colossal whip. Doesn't manage to find Nats at all. Dodges every little pellet there. Dropping into mid, and it's just a firing squad for Nats and Patty to take advantage of. Spike now. Dropped out here in the center. Both players full armor, as this is a heavy stack. Does get the hit on the paddock deck to take him low, but Nats on the creep forward, catches the Vi off guard. Team Liquid within touching distance, just one round from tying things up.
Be curious to see if this is where we get a timeout from Prx.
चलो Alex भरता
Feel like kind of not sure of themselves here on this attacker side.
Which is uncharacteristic.
Exactly. That's exactly it. And I think maybe this is one of those ones where we need to just say, hey, we need to go at them. We need to come out with some confidence. You know, we've got the dimensional drift, so we can go for a big set play off the rip. Try to really just knock Team Liquid out of the round before it even really starts. That's the Prx classic. But, you know, they're trying to work the map. You got to respect it. They're trying to find their moments, but against this Nats-led Team Liquid, they're reading it every step of the way. They're not finding value when they need to.
It's a pivotal moment here for Prx as they call their first time out. Not able to close out this round. Economy's going to be in the dumps once again. And Liquid is really about to hit their stride with the ult economy. One away from a showstopper, the Nightfall, the Cosmic Divide, 3 from that Dimensional Drift, and Nats already has the pit ready to go. This is where Prx need to try to keep the team separate, give themselves that buffer zone.
Absolutely. This is maybe the most pivotal round in the map. This one right here, Prx can get it to go. It's going to give them a little bit of a buffer. Some of those ult cycles, where they can maybe find some trades, get into an ult cycle of their own. They're not too far away from a showstopper themselves.
Might have some fighting here around B, though. Look at this stack. Everyone from Team Liquid other than Nats.
So after the last time out, both teams want to try to fight over this garage control.
Prowler cleared something about the spot out. Just to let everyone know, doesn't push in. Showstopper attempt to send it there. Just get cut down. Camo with 2. Something still creeping forward. Catches Paddock completely off guard.
3v1.
That's it. Started the rotation. He is nearby. Here's the spike getting planted. Can he do the most Nats thing ever and clutch this out? A 1v3. Well, Jing has a showstopper. Takes a peek around. Glimpse onto one as Snakebite was bounding forward, but something can just ride the rope out to safety. Jing on the right side does have the kill. Prx, the timeout works a treat. Once again, shove back Team Liquid.
Yeah, but I love this from Prx. They get a little bit of contact. They're able to sneak Forsaken around to another position where Team Liquid isn't ready for him, even though Camo able to find a couple big kills. In the meantime, something uses his ult to take control of B, finds out that there's nobody up there, is able to set up an extra angle for Prx. So just a little bit of a pause into an acceleration, and now you've got almost
That's
every ult
Camo,
possible for
Pathetic-
Team Liquid other than the
Pathetic
Showstopper
Baba
was
के
just
पास
used.
भी
Showstopper for Jing as
serial
well.
killer can be.
But a lot to consider for Paper X in this round.
Prowler sees nothing. Flash forward into the gate
Arey,
crash.
Jing
Attack
back
headshot
in.
through the box. Taken down so very low. And there's a barrel stop onto Camo with the rocket. Finds the kill. Nat's going to be spotted. Jing not going to go for the chase. Trying to push forward, but Nats, in all of the chaos, does manage to swing in from behind. Finds that pick. Jing gone.
Nice one.
Taken ADS'd in.
What an angle.
Cleans up the Viper.
Concealment.
Player advantage now to the side of Paper X.
Pathetic low,
Had
pathetic
you
low.
been able to find that kill on a Forsaken, had Nats not gotten taken down,
Nats to मर गया.
feel pretty good about committing some ultimates in this to try to turn the tides of this.
Easy
but
round. Saving.
Instead, it's going to have to be the call to save because the economy is just not in a fantastic position. Team Liquid have to just sit back and watch as Paper Rex get up to 11.
Yeah, this is a tremendous entry here by Jing with his Showstopper. Finds huge value in taking Camo out of the round. That's that dimensional drift for the retake gone. That's a bunch of flashes, another util gone. And then Jing, even though he dies for the cause, he buys enough time for the rest of his team to get onto the A site, get that plant down. What a cheeky angle that Forsaken takes there. Get that kill onto Nats. He's been really creative with his positioning here on Omen on this map. He has profited, and just nothing you can do there. Okay, Nats gets his one, but
Honestly, Jing did Camo a bit of a favor by taking him out so quickly. You can see that dimensional drift was about to come through. Was an opportunity, was an ultimate reality where
maybe that
ult
happens.
just ends up getting burned. Don't have that critical tool anymore. At least be grateful for that, but it's going to be a final timeout call now for Team Liquid. Still 4 ultimates banked here at the moment, still able to get the rest of the players brought up. It's going to be half armors for damn near everyone.
Well, now I'm just loving what I'm seeing from Paper Rex. Just turning up the tempo here in these last couple of rounds since their timeout. Just playing to their strengths. That's what they need to do. You know, they tried going back to some of the more meta comps, right, earlier in the year and in the off-season. They tried to play Valorant as everybody else thinks it's supposed to be played. Didn't work. Guess what? It's right back to W Geek Gaming, and that's what you need. And they have been just so explosive since. Yes, they were the 3rd place seed out of Pacific, but they have just gotten better and better and better through stage 1. And they are trying to take Team Liquid's map pick away from them, 2 rounds away from doing so. Team Liquid needs to get that comeback started. They still have all of those ults that they had in the previous round.
See how they try to utilize them. Just be a send off the rip as you hear a bit of noise here in mid. Be good early information for them, but
अब क्या guys?
if it's not going to be the case,
बताओ ये लोग
Guardian
क्या
shots
करेंगे?
going through, Nats gets a tag.
ये वाले क्या
Real
कर
wary
सकते
of
हैं? बोलो.
traps here. Saw this a little bit from Team
बोलो
Liquid
फिर से भाई आ
against
गया.
MIBR. Where
मैं
at some of
match
these
देखने
choke
बैठ रहा
points, they would
था.
set up these util combos that would just
अब
wreck a
शेर
team's day.
यहीं आखिर रखता ऐसा.
We've already seen what they can do. Some of these crossfires here. Paper X gonna try to cut through again, using that poison cloud against them.
Flash out as that does end up dropping. Something stunned up here for the moment, but no one in position to try to find the punish there. Dimensional drift
मार दिए
in
रे.
play, but teammates falling down around him. Camo having to backpedal himself out the alley safely this time around as the Nightfall's going to go across. Some decay damage found. Camo re-entering, swings in. Instantaneously finds the headshot. As Forsaken gets put on the floor, we enter into a 3v3. Looks for a little bit more. The wide swing from
Ah! Gee, Camo भाई.
Gets the job done once again. Back off here from Patatak Nats.
Camo भाई छी.
Patatak able to find a woman, but Patman challenges in for the fight.
Oh,
Instantly
something by
finds the
OP
kill.
भाई.
And Paper Rex
Something Camo को ही
off
मस्त
the
मारा. Camo को
timeout,
तो
get
पागल बना
themselves
के
to that
मारा.
point.
And the economy's still gonna be a little bit funky. Gonna be one Guardian having to be bought here for Team Liquid. Something with the sum swing gets Camo. And that is a difference maker in that round. And Patman couldn't convert on the pull off of the spike plant previously. This time he's good for it.
अरे दबाई भाई आराम से
fired
देव
up.
भाई. आराम से कर रहे.
4 rounds in a row needed here for Team Liquid. Yes, it's going to be a pit to go ahead and lock off mid. Try to limit Paper Rex's options.
पकड़ना साले को
They
लपेट.
have very much settled their sights on A.
Face your fear!
Fall not
अरे
to
साइड
spot
पे कोई भी
anything.
नहीं है पट्टे.
All players playing up in towards heaven, as well as the fence.
Plan.
Wide open here for the taking. Cosmic Divide, maybe a counterfeit available. This could take it down.
छोड़ता ना
They could
Boombird.
Collect that one over towards
पहले ही
Springs.
छोड़ता उसका distraction.
But not finding the reveal. Clear on the blast pack, spam through. Camo taken so very low. Just 1 HP remaining on him, but he's still by 2 kills. Heaven and Forsaken both going to be taken down. As all falls to Jing, turns back in, finds the first. Another paint shell going to be built up, but he's looking for another weapon perhaps to use. Either way, swings the corner to his demise. As things get chaotic. Team Liquid keep themselves in this map.
Jing डर गया क्या?
That's the
पता नहीं
end
क्या हुआ.
of
नीचे
the
क्यों
ult
देखा वो?
well for Team Liquid. They had to use everything to get this to go, and they do. And Camo, absolutely ridiculous stuff there.
fuck?
So low HP, and just swings out
Short है
with a
कामो. अरे
beautiful
पिछले राउंड का
spray
बदला ले
transfer.
लिया भाई कामो होगा.
7 HP overall, decayed to 1. Unbelievable. It looks like Jing still a smile on his face. Still feeling comfortable, but you have to suspect that Alex is not feeling the same way at this stage.
He gambled a bit, paid the
This
price.
one end right there and then, but 3 more chances here for Prx to stop that OT.
This isn't a guaranteed hit for Prx. They're just looking to see
कहाँ
if they
भाई?
can put these shotguns to good use. Spike though. Oh, gotta be careful there.
Yeah, judge at that range, not going to do a whole lot of anything. Backs away, just get the paint shell
लाड़ा
out.
उसको कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़. अरे पर जिंग थोड़ा वेट
For
करके
his
मारना जा रही है.
boldness, Jing does get rewarded a bit.
He gets the boombot and the paint shells out of that, so
कूद के पकड़ते कैसे हाँ?
still on a retake.
मेरे उसमें तो साउंड आया था टिंग टिंग बोल के.
Suspecting that maybe Prx has taken control of Mail, and he is correct. Buy some time.
Backs away from the angle. Paranoia going to be sent, not going to catch it on to Nats, but it's going to be devised something coming away with one. Serial
Serial.
back sight.
क्या अरे दो मारा.
Makes it a 2v2, but now there's going to be a pit in play.
2v2
Picked up Forsaken.
जीत गई. PRX जीत गई लिख के ले लो.
Has the ult as well to go on a scouting mission. It's Camo immediately dropping down. He's trying to fake it. He's just sprinted into back sight,
Oh
and they
my
have
God.
absolutely no idea. The retreat forward.
What the fuck?
Penny fight Forsaken, and my God, Team Liquid are making a go of this.
कैमो भाई.
Unbelievable!
Hats off.
The fake clone works the tree. The
एक क्लोन बताओ रे एक बार.
to do
क्या
it in
रे?
that moment. Unbelievable.
It's such a gamble, because if it's anybody else other than the Viper, they likely try to clear it.
अरे वो बताओ ना क्लोन बन के कैसे हो?
They don't want to shoot at it. And he actually managed to pull it off on an international stage.
Nice! He's my clone!
That is so damn smart.
Nice one रे.
Now you've got Prx on an eco. One away from a dimensional drift, couple away from a showstopper. The ult cycle looking decent for both teams, actually.
Quick exit, Paranoia already committed, and Panic holding down ramps. Camo ready to pinch in from behind, goes for the strike. Divide can find one, another at the same time. As the dust will settle, Patman alone. Has to clutch this out to bring this map to an end. He's got Serial.
क्लच कर मैं
That's on
लंड.
the opposite side. 72
Clutch
HP,
कर
1
मैं
Prowler,
लंड.
1 Haunt.
He's had some clutches in Pacific.
नहीं होगा
can
क्लच
do it.
गाइस. क्लच नहीं होगा. क्लच करेगा. क्लच कर ही नहीं सकता.
Quiet. Back of sight here behind the screen.
Possible ही नहीं.
Double push forward out of the elbow. Swings in, is good for one, but cannot get the other. Serial survives, as
बोला,
does
clutch नहीं कर
Liquid.
सकता.
We're now 1 round away from taking this into OT.
And this is going to be
क्या दिख रहा है
a
गाइस? होता
wild
क्या? मेरे को तो नहीं
final
होता.
round of regulation on
OT
this
ना.
map.
Not possible.
There are going to be a bunch of ults in play. Patty Tech again, able to hold the line on
OT
the
not
defensive
possible.
side.
Not at all
Gets
possible.
through. Camo striking, being a difference maker on that Yoru once again. Nice! They've got a real
भाई.
chance, and I think, yeah, absolutely. You would want a timeout here as
एकदम
Prx. You still had
जबरदस्त
one
वाला
more.
है वो.
Talk about this round. If you've got a set play, if you've got a set strategy that you know is money, now's the time to cash in.
from the shadows, as well as the Dimensional Drift online, the Showstopper and Nightfall combo. One charge away. Prx, can they bring this to a conclusion, or does Liquid take this the distance? Let's see what the game plan ends up looking like here for Prx. But Toronto, you guys want to see this go to OT? See if this can happen, if Liquid can continue to persevere.
And
Prx can just close it out now.
they're close to a couple ults for themselves. You can get Kiko into that showstopper. That's going to be really scary for Prx. Obviously, they want to do the same. They're stacking up. Maybe thinking about some kind of A exec. This is going to be the strong side, it looks like, for Team Liquid. Obviously, the TP there for Camo to get out of dodge if necessary. Something going to try to create a little bit of an info gathering mission here for himself.
Hasn't spotted anything there. Nat's able to back away fast enough. Running out of time with the A site open. So won't get punished, but also doesn't spot out anyone at all, including Kiko. Showstopper now invested as Jing's flying at him and he's dead.
home delivery दे रहे हैं उसको.
Wolves erupt beneath his feet. Kiko looking for the ace.
Home
And
delivery
he has it. What a round.
Yes मारा.
An ace from the Rays of Team Liquid takes us into overtime.
Unreal stuff from Kiko. He is masterful in the moment. Team Liquid, 4 rounds in a row to send it to overtime. And it comes off of an ace. The Dimensional Drift doesn't see a thing. All of Team Liquid is hidden in their positions, and it isn't read quickly enough by Prx to do anything about it.
Nice on people.
Jing tries to blast pack ahead of the showstopper, couldn't get high enough.
First match ही मत
The
हारना
upsword
भाई.
there. And unbelievable scenes here in Toronto.
And he effectively does it all by himself. That is going to have Prx reeling, but they don't have time to try to recover fully. As Panatek swings in, takes out something. As he forced up for the operator. Jing now gone. Both duelists dead. Here on the defense.
GG.
These Liquid are going to look to try to make this a very quick OT.
ये तो GG
So
है
they
क्या
push now in
friends?
towards mid. Forsaken and Devi shoulder to shoulder.
They're
Trying
reading
to
this.
clear this out, but yeah, they're just hugging back. Waiting for it. With a triple stack high
Read
low.
करे वो लोग हाँ. Read करे वो लोग. बैठे हुए थे.
Just felt like Nats has a read there.
Download complete.
नहीं आते
Prx
रहा
wanted to get too
कंजूस
aggressive.
भोसड़ी वाले.
You know, they were trying to fly high in some of
चिल्ला
those
लेने के लिए
rounds.
बढ़ गए अब.
And off the rip here, with so many
नहीं
players
आते
in
रे
mid trying
दल्लो.
to create pressure,
अरे
he
छोड़ो नहीं
just
आता बोल तो.
got the vibes. And he was ready to rock and roll. 2 players for Prx left
तेरे
to
बिन
try to do
नहीं
something
लगता
about this.
जी मेरा
5-man stack
डोलना.
that Team Liquid is going to bring to bear.
30 seconds left.
Right on a timing. A crash forward. Divide.
Player standing.
Trying to rush forward. Catch them
Flawless.
off guard, but
OT में.
there's just too many
Wow.
players on the opposite side. They haven't lost
वाह
anyone.
PRX वाह.
Padman now would need to ace clutch.
Dominate
Can only take
करके
the
ये
first
हार
step.
है. ऐसा
Team
है.
Liquid. 5 rounds consecutively get themselves the lead. Map point now theirs, 1 away from stealing Prx's map pick.
Kill right there from Patty Tech. That Prowler may be enough to kind of something guessing. Yeah, there's 3 players there.
Enemy remaining.
अब
Forsaken,
क्या करना है वो बता दो भाई.
not going to go well. And Camo really coming alive here in some of these rounds towards this 5-round run that Team Liquid has strung together. Kiko
जीत
as
जाओ
well,
यार
of
प्लीज.
course.
नाक कटाओ
Still
मत.
absolutely going crazy.
More off force, but it's something dead again. This time Jing is able to answer back. A kill, finds a second.
और एक और
Advantage
एक.
here for Prx as they look to try to extend
clear
this
करो,
OT.
और एक.
Devi tagged up. Now Kiko's position going to be confirmed. Paint shells will find a bit of additional damage there onto the enemy Viper.
Planted.
Spike now planted. Prx 4v3 to try to hold this, but Kiko covering fire, finds the buy. Jing is still able to clean up one. Showstopper gonna
Nice
be
one.
towards heaven, and Jing now on for an ace of his own. Serial tucked in around the corner. Trying to utilize the smoke here against him, pushes forward in case the angle's gonna be from screens, but here's the drop. Swings in, looks for it, denied. Serial now with an opportunity to try to bring this to its end, but Forsaken says no. 13-13. This OT will continue.
Switching sides.
Unbelievable. Jing's turn to step up to the plate and potentially change the destiny of this map. Opens up solid spray, catches Camo, had it in his mind that Camo had tried to lurk through that particular screen before.
Player standing.
And that showstopper on point. And a sigh of relief there for Forsaken.
Tricky angle to try to get value out of that
Little
one. Manages to weave it through.
Almost ahead.
Tied up once more. Chance for Paper X to try to retake the lead. Liquid wanting to stop that from happening. Orb does get taken. Forsaken. He pings it out.
Just knows.
He reads it precisely, but doesn't try to go for any real spam damage there with that judge. Wants to stay planted in position here. Catch them off guard later.
4 seconds or something.
Meantime, though, Liquid. Quick investigation, 3 players.
Almost ahead.
Drop down through the vent.
A lot of this is off that early Omen smoke that was deep outside a garage. They feel like this might be the weak side. Played correctly.
Something potentially at risk here. Has a gate crash that would take him out to safety. If anybody just peeked out from heaven, he'd be dead to rights. Because at the moment, does not have the read on this, but now certainly does. The util starts to fly.
ऊपर मौत में something.
Sorry. And Team Liquid
अकेला क्यों छोड़ रहे हो
playing
तुम लोग?
around, playing these angles so beautifully. Hatman gone, just divide,
अकेला
Forsaken,
क्यों
and
है
Jing.
भाई उस पे?
Then
वो
Three
डॉन
OGs
इस
to try.
अरे
Look who's
इसका
lurking.
ओटी में शुरू
Close
हुआ
this out,
रैट
but yeah,
गेम
and
प्ले.
they have to know. There's not much that they can do about it here for the moment. He's thinking about the turn back, and there's the timing. That's the strike when you least expect. Divide, last one standing. Bit of damage. So wait out the vulnerable. A 1v2. If he can isolate, break through this opening corner here. He's not even reading it. Patatek will take him down. Spam the ground. Liquid once again in control.
Where are you? Switching sides.
just those early kills again for Liquid. And it's something here left on an island. Just not aware of the negative space that had been given up. Not aware that they had gotten through mid so quickly until the util was already there. He never got contact over at long A either. So he was just left there with his pants down.
अरे मिड क्यों छोड़
And the
रहे
rest
हैं?
of
मिड
Paper
छोड़ रहे
X trying to fight through, but
उसको
Nax's
वो
lurk
आ
once
सकते
again
हैं।
just ruins any real hope of that 3v5 coming through. It's actually a Liquid timeout here.
And wanting to get a good, solid game plan together. One more round on this defending side. Try to bring this map to a conclusion. Does obviously open up for Paper X. Get involved to have a conversation, to have a game plan, a read of their own.
टीम लिक्विड जीत जाती है राउंड, जाओ। इसमें कुछ
See what ends up coming to fruition here.
जीत जाती है
Kiko.
लिक्विड, अब देखो।
About to drop 30 with one more kill.
Now this could be a real boon here going into the second map for Team Liquid. This is Paper X's map pick. You almost, you were looking like it was going into sunset. You were going to be down 0-1. Instead, you've got a real chance to close it out in this round. Go into your map pick with an advantage. Paper X would absolutely be kicking themselves. They can't get through here. Another chance, another ace strike.
वो कॉर्नर कभी भी
seemingly
चेक
on
नहीं
the cards.
करते, पिछली बार भी बच गए।
Little bit of noise made there. Forsaken at the ready, but no noise, no contact from that ramp heaven side, so it does save it. Haunt over the top, cleared out. The rest of the team moving up towards the ramp. Prowler gives it away. Making a little bit more noise than Patatek. Takes out something once more. Just not been given any opportunity to really find impact in these OT rounds. Consistently dying right off the top.
It's the one player who's played against Paper X before.
King bounding forward, Nats.
Nats timing पकड़ता.
Waiting here, striking, swings in towards Heaven. Hatman faces back, does manage to find that kill, but now it's a 2v3. Must win for Paper Rex.
Nice one.
Forsaken evens up the odds. Planta now come through. Camo trying to find
Spike
this
planted.
enemy Omen.
Easy.
Forsaken ends up getting tucked back through.
One flash left. Gotta make it a good one.
It's the only bit of util. Aside from Forsaken with
Easy.
2 teleports. Liquid trying to see if Paper X get impatient here. Lobbin on that flash. Not able to find anything. The smoke dissipating. Forsaken fighting one, but cannot get the other. 15 and 13 as the fuse comes in. Team Liquid fight back and steal away Split.
What a comeback here for Team Liquid. It took 4 rounds in a row to send it to OT, and they get it done in the second goal in the overtime rounds. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable scenes and performances here from Team Liquid. Paper X could be kicking themselves a bit. Sunset going to be coming up next. It's a must win.
Patrick Baba.
As Team Liquid looks to send them home.
Patrick Baba. Baba.
Okay, what they do
Too
right
pathetic,
now,
Baba.
That's where we're messing up, boys. We are not taking responsibility.
Too pathetic. Baba, leave Baba. Baba, what is this Baba? अरे जीता हुआ था रे. एक राउंड निकालने का है. तुम लोग डोमिनेट करते आए पूरा मैप. ओटी में एक नहीं निकाल सक रहे. चलो गाइस, कोई ना. नेक्स्ट मैप सनसेट इजी है अपने भाई के लिए. Pretty little lady, my Mr. Giddy, I'm not the fairy. कितना तेल दिख रहा है. तेरे बिना सूखा समझो, तेरे बिना सूखा 20 TL तो नहीं कर देती गाइस, हैं? देखते 20 TL की तरफ से. वाह. कब स्टार्ट होगा गेम, कब ऐसा होता. अरे एक बार सच में रे भाई टीएल हजम नहीं हो रही बात. जीता हुआ मैच कैसे हार सकते गाइस. एक बार जीता पूरा मैच जीत गए थे रे भाई. Pretty little lady. Lighter mage. Headshot. साला अगर बुप्यारा बार इसकी गाना बोला. Pretty little lady, I'm Mr. Lady. हाइपिंग है. अरे कैंपर भोसड़ी के. अरे गांडो. कितना कैंप करता है छिनाल के. होए बच गया। शीगल दे शीगल जिगल पिक देखो देख 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 कर लकी ही क्या दे इसकी अम्मा की किरकिरी गया है भयंकर। अरे भयंकर स्पॉन हो गए। लटकोर लकी इन द चैट। माँ की चूत। लटकोर लकी ही कह दे। Pretty little lady. दिखा दिखा। साले बिल्ली बाला बुला बाच ये गान में क्या है? हैकर हैकर है भाई। अरे इसके बटन क्या है चेंज करने के लिए? हाँ इसमें कहीं तो देखा रहे हैं बटन। वन टू थ्री फोर वही रोल बटन से होती। रोल बटन में नहीं चल रही वही से दिख रहे वहाँ। लटकुर लक्की अरे आप खरीदने दो ना मेरे को। My team has lost the game. Are you shutting fucking up, guys? My team didn't even play. बाई कैसे करते भाई? nice one team, nice one. दिए भाई खड़े को बच गया देखो पैसा दे इसको देखो हेडशॉट ओनली गाइस बोला हेडशॉट देते बोल के मैं बोल दूँ ना जो तुम लोग नहीं मानते मेरी बात नहीं मानते तो ऐसी छोटा गाइस जस्ट से मेरी बात मानो सीखो मैं हेडशॉट मार तो तुम लोग भी हेडशॉट मार सकते मैं मार सकता तो तुम लोड़े ऐसे और लक्की ओपन द चैट देते उसको अरे कहाँ गया इन्हें गाइस कहाँ गया गाइस इन्हें लटको लक्की की नजरों से कोई नहीं बचा सकता इधर मारा शॉटगन मारा पार्टी इधर शॉटगन मारा पार्टी रिस्पॉन्ड क्या अब्बू करेंगे मेरे को बहुत गंदा खेलते मैं गेम सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन
find some success, you know, maybe not getting into those ops, who knows? It's Prx, so why am I even saying that? They're probably going to do it, but it's gonna be pretty precarious here on this attacker's side. If that Sova utility isn't really impactful, I can see Team Liquid. Look at this toxic screen out through B main. Maybe get aggressive. Kiko off the rip, a headshot.
Doesn't matter if it's the Rays, doesn't matter if it's the Omen. This guy is just on point today. Immediately finding that kill. Sagan gonna be looking to try to shut him down, but Kiko has other ideas. It's another headshot, another pickup, another death. Done here. Just slowly marching toward their tournament exit. Barring a turn on the round, still do have these sheriffs in hand. They have their work cut out from Tripwire to go ahead and intercept. Camo in position over at Alley.
Have a great angle for a relay bolt off that trip.
Have a crossfire set up here. Serial looks for the reposition, clears the dart, gets the ping reveal. A couple shots gonna go flying out as wall gets raised, but very quickly it's being broken down. Father on the shock dart forces him forward. Limit will be the start. Eventually does manage to find his rise, as that'll be the cleanup coming through. Zero striking, just the one casualty found. Team Liquid 3 for 3 in pistols.
Yeah, I mean, this is devastating. We've seen this a lot here in Toronto. The teams just can't win pistols and can't win maps because of it. And Prx has been struggling in that department since their very first map. Everybody struggled against Genji, sure. Against Team Liquid. You're getting shut out in the pistol round department. These are some of the most important rounds you have
Alex bhai,
in Valorant.
आराम से Alex bhai.
And you know, they just tried to
देख लो तो
challenge Kiko again, and he's just too hot right now.
Knockout match थोड़ी
So
है
the
ये.
confidence still there for Prx, but the mechanics on the side of Team Liquid currently, the momentum on the side of Team Liquid currently, and only a Sheriff bought up by Patman is the only purchase to speak of here, as they're going to try to work the way around the map, try to find some extra orbs potentially, and get on through if they can towards A. Look who it is. Kiko at elbow.
Ready, holding on to the Vandal here. Smoke out, glimpse found, but either way, Jing does get whittled away at, down to 52.
For you.
They'd really like to get through and get this play going. Heal is there from Devi. Smoke is down. He's going to blast pack through.
Oh, shot.
Yeah, Patman. Huge shot to be found, but no, just barreling forward into Patty Tech's open arms. Eventually does end up falling. Really bolt connects, and Camo gets the cleanup.
It's over.
2 kills found, minor damage dealt. Team Liquid start things off 2-0.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, they're just playing bend but don't break there on this hold. A little bit of extra space. That smoke's blooming. Able to find one, but they come barreling through. Trying to see if they can overwhelm that angle. But man, oh man, Patty Tech has been really firm in some of those holds. He has shut down early parts of the round for Prx sometimes just on his own angles that he's taking. Finding tons of value. Nats is even going to scoop up an Odin here?
Going out.
Oh my god.
Hefty investment in the bonus. One that could certainly pay off. Camo.
Oh, shot.
Caught, scraping across the site. Real way of trying to play off that tripwire. In fact, the counter spam in anticipation of the peak does manage to find Serial down to 45.
अब खत्म देख लिए ट्रैप किधर किधर है.
Patman on this lurk.
Patman, one.
Be able to find the timing here if he cuts in towards tiles. Wall now dropping, but it's going to be Patty Tech who actually turns around, finds him with the Bulldog, upgrades to the Vandal.
All said you.
Now we'll look to try to start a flank. The rest of the team pushing forward. Paranoia going to be sent, but cleaned up as they work their way through the one way.
मालूम चला क्या उधर से मारा बल्कि.
And it's just Kiko to try to see if he can make this a bit more costly, but he cannot. Prx not allowing for a bonus conversion off the rip like we saw on Split.
Let's go, Prx.
Get themselves on the board.
Yeah, you can see so much of Prx's game plan here is to try to punish these A holds.
213 खत्म कर दो.
And they do a great job on the opener. Finding Camo out in the open right before they make contact with the trip.
Your tactics fail.
And then Jing gets up on that box. Puts it to good use. Gotta look for some of those cheeky walls as well. You never know where they're gonna boost Prx players into spots you're not ready for with that Sage. This time Team Liquid, understanding Prx's game plan, gonna make a change. Deep relay bolt dissuades Prx from committing. I think that's wise. You gotta know there's some kind of layers behind that defensive setup. Right outside of A main. You're starting to take a little bit of space in the mid, a little bit of map control for yourselves.
Here. Dawai.
So they think about going over towards B. Looking for the crosses, seeing if anybody changes sides of the map. They're going to use a smoke there at mid.
Smoke.
Patty Tech has to go and check to see what's going on in response, and not much to be seen.
Something sat here. You're looking to try to sell a bit of a fake.
To
try to strike off of.
Deploying drone.
Sends the drone. At the moment, Team Liquid not really biting on this bait.
Team Liquid Hillary भी नहीं रही.
Another peek back in towards mid. Shock darts. Pulse going to be committed. Clears out the tripwire. Camo going to be holding close at the ready. Here is Jing. Camo cannot sprint fast enough.
You fast. I'm faster than you.
Set up here over towards Ali.
30 seconds
Flank
left.
coming through. Patman going to try to hound him down, and he does. Immediately, this always try to break the maps. Team Liquid going to be going for a save. Prx, flawless fashion, will tie us up at 2-2.
Yeah, it's really important for Prx to get a good start here on this attacker's side. Going to be very, very key to their mental stability and to the nature
ये
of the
क्या
map
बॉल है
itself.
भाई?
I said flawless fashion.
Oh, hold on.
They are going on the hunt. They're coming out on top. Lose a player,
Save
but take
करते।
everything out of the hands of Team Liquid.
दियो सालों को कल्ली भैरियां सेव करने
Much
वाले
better way to go 2-2.
सेव करना नको तो
Absolutely
सालों
worth.
को
Levi is going to have a res as well coming into this next round.
Yeah.
Great entry by Jing, great paranoia.
आमले ने
And a
तब हल को
sword to
आमले
set him up. Very nicely handled. Yep, there you
इधर
go.
का दिख रहा है इधर उई
Paper X Classico. We're going to
खत्म
find
मसला
these
फिर।
weird sage walls.
The left side.
Whether it be just boosting someone up there, TPing on top of it, Jing Blast packing up with it.
इसमें charging
A lot of different options.
Cover going
Guardian for Pat and Tech, Sheriffs otherwise. It's now a
Huh?
mid push out here behind this toxic screen.
4 players working their way across the tiles.
जाओ जाओ इधर
Spot
तुम्हारे
anything, so
कोई
should
भी नहीं
get a read pretty
पटे
quickly, but do potentially have an opportunity to punish Patman, who is alone on this side of the map, slowly creeping forward. Or maybe he'll be able to find a backstab here. It's all going to come down to these timings.
पटे
Turned around,
Patman
faced
तेरा
in
गेम में
towards
पट्टे
B
पैट
main.
अरे माँ
Noise
का
not yet being made.
लैग लैग
Reads
क्यों हो
his
रहा
position being
ले-
given. Patman looking like he's not going to be able to find
I'm out of here.
the flank of all flanks. Players clustered up. Smoke going to be cycled in. They're actually going to backpedal a little bit. Now starting to register that there might be a player behind. Weapon drawn out.
Aye,
Serial
aye.
hits the headshot. Vandal can be recovered, saved. Recon just hang out into one. Forsaken swung into a triple face last map. Doesn't want to do it again. This time is able to go ahead and back away. Vandal potentially here for the catches. Jing gonna go sprinting forward. Doesn't clear the corner though. They will
होना बोल के
retain their
टूटने दे
weapons.
रहे माल उन्हें को मारता बोल के
Forsaken's like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me again, well then it's definitely my fault, but he avoids disaster
अरे माँ की आज क्या हो रहा है ये
there. It's Paper X, 3 in a row. Finding some momentum, finding their groove. Patty Tech does have a Hunter's Fury. Still sitting on Devi's Resurrection if necessary. Let's see what they want to do off the start. It's been a lot of early
कुछ ना
A
कुछ
congestion.
विकसित तो आता ही आता
That's where Team Liquid is going to be lining up the
लगा।
bulk of their forces. Meanwhile, Paper X is going to leave something on his own over there. Has to get out.
Clear the dart. Little backpedal the rest of the team.
इधर नहीं है
Maybe,
Cypher।
maybe very swiftly
Dead 30
themselves in onto this site. Very narrow angle to try to play off of. Serial immediately having to backpedal. Paranoia goes his way. Tucks back in towards Boba, joining in alongside Nats. But now,
खत्म लैंड अल्ट
site is opened up here for
Oh,
the
yeah,
taking.
round, oh, yeah.
Spike coming through.
This is the pit.
They get the wall set up. Yeah, here on market. And Patman, like you said, the pit going to be invested immediately. Try to make this nigh impossible for
ओह
Team
वहाँ
Liquid.
तक गया वो मार्केट तक
Camera frantically just sending out a dart, hoping.
गाइस Cypher खेलने
Find a hit, but-
दो तीन ऑप्शन
Comes up shy. Fury now.
तब मजा
Committed to
आता
try to flush him out. Patman, he's the first one to fall. Camo's able to find that kill. Attack on a Forsaken forces him back, and he cannot hold his ground. That finds that. Jing looking for a little bit more, but they're all falling to the wayside as something's the last one standing. There's the blind.
पहले
There's
ही
the
मारे रे
shot.
पैटमैन को पैटमैन
And
तो
Team
उधर किक
Liquid
कर रहा है
retake
पहली बात
into the
तो
pit and somehow only lose one
जब वो
player.
मेन तक आ रहा मेन तक
This is brutal for Paper Rex and a great retake for Team Liquid. Love the Hunter's Fury into that pit. You've got some really good ideas of where they're going to be tucked in. And they're able to punish them so quickly. Right, using that Hunter's Fury
मेन
as
का
an
मान
entry
के बैठा
tool.
है
Kind of keep Paper
I'm
Rex
flashing left,
moving,
Camille
keep them
flashing left for you.
guessing, and flush them into the encroaching
Nice.
Team Liquid
ये
members.
अच्छी की अच्छी
Beautifully set up, beautifully thought out. Now Paper Rex
ओपा ओपा कर रही टीएल
to rethink things a bit. Do have the overdrive for Camo.
TP forward into the smoke there at mid. Forsaken. About to be backstabbed here. Nats, he reads it so perfectly. Heard the
पहुंचा
maneuver.
कैसे फिर उन्हें उसके पीछे आया कैसे
Just managed to find
भारी
that
टाइम
kill.
आउट हो गया रे
Turn over the top there at market. Tiny little gap to try to peek through. He will be able to slide forward onto the site. Cam still not going to be cleared. Patman
पैटमैन का गेम है पैटमैन
this
का गेम
linger
है
here
पूरा
at mid.
पैटमैन का गेम है
seeing if he can intercept anybody. Kiko starting to strafe maybe into position here where the punish can be found, but it's going to be the lead-in from Camo, escorting him forward. His teammate clear on the angle. Something now having to hold down Market. Gets a timing shot. Go ahead and take out one, but falling to the wayside at the same time. Divine something to try to hold this back. Paranoia crashes across, finding the Sage. Serial swings around. Comes up with that kill and defuse, being held in something with some swing. Will be punished. Team Liquid reestablish the lead by 1.
It's getting a little scary for Paper Rex. Starting to...
TL बुल्ले मिला दे रहे आज. Pretty little lady, I'm Mr. Gordy.
Infinix GT30 Pro 5G.
ये अलग आता है भाई ऐड. सिर्फ बीजीएमआई खेलने के लिए बना रहे क्या आजकल खाली फोन? बीजीएमआई 25 FPS, ये 120 FPS.
And the aforementioned res is still available for them. It might just be slow play. Contact in, try to get these orbs handed over to Jing, who's 2 charges away from having a showstopper online.
Yeah, it's so much that Team Liquid does well. You know, they stack up, they're constantly playing for trades. That makes it so difficult for Paper Rex, especially with the mechanics as sharp as they are right now for Team Liquid. And you're not winning your 1v1s either. In the open, everything starting to go way. Paper Rex had some good ideas to start. You know, and you can see that Team Liquid is sensing off that timeout that, you know, what was working early on for Paper Rex was a hit. So let's really overstack that angle. Let's see if we can catch him a bit off guard, but it's actually a mid push here. Quick rotation over.
Wire तोड़ने के लिए वो.
Members.
Wire तो अब लगा रहा हो.
Sliding through, but Paper Rex
नहीं लगा
looking for a little bit of a trap at top mid of their own. Nothing doing.
Tucks there into the smoke, see if we can find anything with the drone. Recall on the tripwire, very nicely done here from Serial.
Wow.
Keeping that util protected. Paint Shell's going to make it a little bit more difficult as they do get cleared out. He's still going to be here at backside though. Put up some damage, but getting ping revealed to Hunter's Cherry. He's just completely contained into the corner and Jing is able to collect. They look for a little bit more. The wall going to be raised here in their faces. Tries to break down one of the segments, and that forces Forsaken to not be able to push forward. Rocket doesn't find the kill, gets a good amount of damage, but Haditech still alive. Still
120 खाया रे यार.
find
रेस
some
का
impact here.
चुद्दी रे वैलेंट वाली. पूरा ही चुद्दी उसको बुल्ले मिला दे. रेस का एक टाइप का महेंद्र बाहुबली. अब इसको महेंद्र बाहुबली बना दिए.
But Camo and Nat swiftly are going to be dealt with here through the smokes. Not able to find one.
Player standing.
Looking for a little bit more here, and we'll be able to make it still a bit costly
दिन में
as 2
पिक्चर
players
बना रहे
die. Paper Rex,
एक
the back of the timeout, tie things up 4-4.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this to me just looks like they're shoring up these post plants, making sure the crossfires are good, making sure everyone knows what their job is here. Nice Hunter's Fury to set up Jing. Showstopper, okay, doesn't get the kill, but you know they're there, you know you backed them off. That's giving you the ability to be ready for that entry. Fast lane goes up, you just start spraying through, get a couple kills on the entry. And now, things starting to go a bit more back to Paper X's direction after that timeout. Much needed. Still sitting on the res. Got the neural theft, and of course, Camo's lightning fingers, but until he seemingly wants to go on an eco or finds his moment, hasn't opted to pop him just yet. But Camo's been doing a great job being bait for his team.
Looking for the camera, this time situated just up above. Seems like drone not quite going to spot that out.
He's pushing in.
And yeah, he's pushing in, and now realizes that he is entrenched in a very rough spot. Snakebite to try to flush him out into the open, and it works a treat. Serial able to collect. Hard angles, the crossfire is absolutely gorgeous. What a response from Liquid. They once again take the lead.
This is going to be one of the key points of this map for Liquid, is if you deny A to Paper Rex, the only flash they have is Forsaken's Paranoia. That's it. So clearing these corners is going to be an absolute nightmare. I mean, you can do weird stuff like maybe use the wall to block off one side, but they're, you know, it's just infuriating, I'm sure. But you know, Prx just doesn't have great options. You know, unless they can win these early scrums. He's ahead of it.
Nice one.
Managed to find the opening kill. Kiko quickly backpedaling here, sets up a smoke. He's going to be
Nice
paranoid,
one.
tries to close the gap a little bit so he can gain some vision, but Saken's still able to find the shots.
सो गए
Dead on the
पटके
flank.
अपने.
This is going to be Serial slowly making his way through, so Prx looking to match aggression with aggression here. Trade back around, double face forward. Right, nearly connecting and getting transferred there, but
White swing लेते थे. वो something का
managed
कुछ
to
अलग ही
close
white
it out.
swing है वो.
Keep things very tight-knit, 5-5.
Yeah, this time Prx just disrespects this a-hole. They're using that toxic screen. They get ahead of the relay bolt, I think, and whatever else was coming their way, they were just on point as well with the shooting. Just bullying their way forward.
Holy moly.
That's classic Prx style. Patty Tech back into another Hunter's Fury, though. Device still no real opportunity to use the res. He's just been sitting on it.
Because he's been so scrappy and fast-paced, no safety. There's a tripwire spotted, cleared. Hunter's Fury going to be opened up. Patman gets the punish, though. He's right here on top of the late lurk. He's off dividends, and he manages to tuck away into the corner. Keep himself alive. Jing at the same time, off-screen, going to be taken down as Nats finds that kill.
What the
Pit available now for the Viper. Forsaken. Just the second spare. Goes for the TP, but it gets canceled, and he's immediately right back into his demise. Wheels coming off a bit here, it would seem. Timing has the heal available. Would love to get that. Oh, there it is. Okay, finally does go through.
Timing was just off. Needed the other players to already be in position.
All set up. Camo, 20 HP, pops the overdrive,
Nice
but catches a stray to the skull. Suddenly into a 3v3 we go. Trying to come in, something minding the flank. Is he going to be ready for the second layer? Looks like he won't have to worry about it. Serial is going to be the one to take him out of the equation. Pulls back, though. He's worried about a deep wraparound through the backside of the A site.
They don't know where Patman went.
Just sat here, playing in front of the toxic screen. It will fall. Fine. It's perfectly poised. Serial clipped there in the skull as Divide
go.
cleans up the rest of the round. 6-5. Prx in the lead for the moment. Given the back and forth between these teams, this could absolutely end up being a 6-6 half.
And the fact that Patman survived there, absolutely massive. TP play from Forsaken doesn't fool him. And Patman comes up with another huge kill, shutting down the overdrive.
Let's go back!
And Forsaken trying to get him hyped, trying to get him back into this. They're up 6-5, 7-5 would be fantastic. And Camo a little bit frustrated there. He doesn't have that overdrive for this eco round.
He does not. He does have a Bucky, though. And on a Neon, you already say, okay, probably favor you there. Into a pit.
I like those odds.
Absolutely can get some, yeah, some work done.
Look at Patman.
He's just sliding forward into this. It's the shock darts, just shy of being able to find that kill. The push forward fight does end up getting him, and Jinx going to be taken down as they get the ping reveal. All committed. Try to go ahead and get the res through. Devi on the counter spam. Finds Patty Tech as Camo gets the spot out onto one. The Bucky here in their faces, but Devi is doing God's work right now for the team.
Manduvadana, Anduvadana, Vachara, wow.
Kiko and Serial now. Arriving to try to retake. Stop Prx from halving the lead at the half. Devi worked lower and lower, down to 25. It's back around to Serial.
Swear.
Kiko with everything to do. 3 players around the corner. All of them very low, but the line swing.
Nice.
Offset. Devi gets a 4K. Prx hits 7 at the half.
Devi struggled on split, but comes up huge here for Prx on the first half of Sunset. 11 kills in total. What an impressive round from the Sage.
Just slingshot his way to the top of the standings. Across the lobby. 7-5, Prx in the lead at the half, but pistols have not been kind to them. So Team Liquid certainly are not out of this yet. We'll see you guys on the other side of halftime. Line, but the paranoia will certainly do the job. Slows up the approach here. The shots start connecting. 2 more kills gonna be found for the side of paper.
All Down. 12 episodes packed with insight and lessons for anyone looking to understand the world of competitive gaming. Ready to learn the game behind the game?
Stay tuned for what's next. You won't want to miss it.
ಮಂಗದನ ಮಧುರ್ ವಚನ ವಾವ್
Your boy got a license to start this. Shoot on sight isn't right, but we gunning. Sip a Sprite pour all night at the function. Yeah, we bumped 21, ain't no jumping. Feed the X and the X did the dumb shit. Said I rock one-on-one, how I've done shit. In your eyes, see you jump if I smoke this. Bump an X when I flex for the youngin'. Your boy got a license to start this. Shoot on sight isn't right, but we gunning. Sip a Sprite pour all night at the funk.
अरे मनवर्न नहीं रे
I can't do this right
हाँ आया है ये देखो
ಇಂದು ವದನ ಕುಂದರದನ ಮಂದಗಮನ ಮಧುರ ವಚನ
ವಾವ್
ಇಂದು ವದನ ಕುಂದರದನ ಮಂದಗಮನ ಮಧುರ ವಚನ
ವಾವ್ ಸ್ವೇರ್
ಇಂದು ವದನ ಕುಂದರದನ ಮಂದಗಮನ ಮಧುರ ವಚನ ವಾವ್
నీ ఫ్లాష్ బ్యాక్ వెళ్ళిపోతున్నాం మేమిద్దరం
ఇందు వదన కుందరదన
వానా
అంటే
వానా
20
వెల్లువాయి.
అయిపోయింది ఆయన చూసి
ఇందు వదన కుन्दరదన మందగమన మధుర వచన వావ్
నీ ఫ్లాష్ బ్యాక్ వెళ్ళిపోతున్నాం మేమిద్దరం
వానా
అంటే
వానా
20
వెల్లు
వానా వానా వెల్లు వానా
Played this map.
వావ్
I can't do this right
स्वेर वो देखना मस्त रहता है वो
7-5 Prx here in the lead for the moment. Team Liquid going to be looking to turn that around. First, we'll go ahead and take a look at the Coinbase Econ report.
Yeah, really interesting to see that Camo actually just a bit ahead of Patty Tech, but I wanted to take a look at Patty Tech. The impact that he was having with that Hunter Spirit. You can see some of those slight bumps there from maybe the ult, getting a lot of damage in there, but also holding the line really nicely early on in that half. Finding those big impact kills. Those first bloods, really, really powerful, really potent for Team Liquid to kind of shut the Prx train down and to keep the coal from being put into the furnace.
जल्दी हारो टीएल थर्ड मैप
If they're ever
देखना
going to win a pistol, now would be the
Third map,
time.
Indian map,
They
guys.
need it
Lotus.
desperately, especially coming into the defender side of Sunset.
Certainly do. Team Liquid able to do the lion's share of their damage. 7-5 on their attack last time they played this map.
पंछी आरे ऊपर देखो
See how they fare. Full kit here for Devi.
इतना पुश करते क्या करो पुश करो
Gonna be
जल्दी
the
पुश
classic
करो
in hand.
पुश करो करो पुश
Ghost otherwise. Forsaken his half armor. Serial under pressure.
क्या बुम्बाट को फ्लैश कर दिया रे भाई
Aggressive paranoia going to be sent out. Doesn't connect onto the Cypher, but space taken here for
बूम बूम
Prx.
करने का तो बूम अंधा हो गया
Team Liquid's going to take space right back.
Yeah, already.
उन लोग के
Camo
वरांडा में
arriving
घुस
here
गया
as
रे
Boba
ने
misses the timing. Though they get the spot out
ले
as he tries to just send up
चल
a relay
रहा
bolt.
चल रहा
Forsaken at range with the
अल्ले
classic. Manages to find the kill. Something pretty much back. Jing finding Kiko. That's able
सीधा
to avoid
गोदी
the
में फेंका
dart.
रे इंदु वदन मंदु वदन
Player trying to make a go of this now by himself. Vi will swoop in from the side. Prx will find their first pistol win here of the series. Stretch that lead by 3 rounds.
थर्ड मैप गाइस इजी
We wanted to see it get a bit weird, and this round certainly did. Forsaken there, catching Camo, trying to go for the relay bolt in the air.
One enemy
Pretty good mechanics. Oh my god, Jing, the fadeaway there.
They were not
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And they needed that, and that's got them on their feet.
Jing on his feet, not something that we see very often. Minor prayer there from Alex as well. Sheriff in hand for Kiko. Prx not going to be a full commitment here to the purchases. Patman will just have the ghost. Everybody else, though, decent amount of firepower is Forsaken. Drifting along these walls, and then Jing fills in space from behind. Slide across, something eating an immense amount of damage, but eventually he finds the headshot.
Flawless.
They're going to look it's about as flawless as they can. One casualty. Prx overall get themselves a very clean anti-eco.
That's huge for Prx's momentum, for their confidence. That's 5 in a row now. Going back to the other half. That crossfire. It's going to be tricky for both teams to deal with it. Liquid does have the addition of the relay bolt to try to clear these angles. But, you know, both of them are going to have to find their timings, be really sharp on those entry shots. Team Liquid's turn to try to make a go of that.
They want to fight. They want to try to just get this orb here for Jing. One away from a showstopper now.
And he's got a Phantom. He's one of the ones with a rifle. So certainly doable. They're stacking through mid. They're taking a look. Team Liquid trying to obscure their numbers.
Shots flying through here, but heavy presence in mid. Numbers advantage ends up winning out. Jing dead. Weapon recovers from Forsaken off screen. He pitches in from behind, works his way across towards Tiles, tucks into the corner, and he's down to Camo!
Spike down mid.
No idea what hit him! Death from behind is Serial. Can barely even exit B main. Prx coming alive as they convert the bonus. And they double the round count of Team Liquid.
He lurks and they're just not ready for it. They have no idea. And then he TPs into the corner after getting stunned by the relay bolt. Camo, no clue until it's too late. Unbelievable.
Player standing.
He TP'd past the tripwire initially.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Reveal his presence. And that is going to bring out an immediate timeout from Team Liquid after they lose the bonus on their attacker's side. What in the world was that?
For every chaotic, messy, crazy play that Forsaken goes for, that push up, that TP into his smoke at top mid, you get the opposite. You get the masterclass, the gorgeous read, which is something that Liquid haven't really been able to find quite just yet here. A solid start to this map, but haven't been able to find a round win since round 9. Timeout called, first one that they're investing here. They need to run back 5 just to tie it up.
Yeah, I mean, and it looked like it was going to kind of be one of those head-scratcher rounds off the rip for Prx where they challenge in mid to try to get Jing the showstopper, and he dies first, so now he's got it in this round. Okay, cool, great. And then it's all just bait. It's all stuff. Incredible. And just TPs right into it, trying to catch him a bit off guard. Maybe hoping he had fallen a little further back.
The train might have been derailed with Sliggy's grand betrayal in this series, but there's plenty of room in the Patmobile.
That's right.
In. Make it look like a clown car.
That's right. That thing usually holds 2.
Forsaken pushing forward into the smoke once again. It goes on red. Can't fight back for one. Straight here onto the Omen, but they are just losing on all fronts.
Up to GG.
This is okay, good for the kill on the Divide. It's got Jing.
That's you don't want to poke and prod at this sleeping giant for too long. Something does put him back to bed. It's Prx storming their way to map point as they look to take this the distance over to Lotus.
One enemy remains.
Classic Prx. Go for the scraps, go for the plays, go for the confidence. They're going to get the op for Divide here. Another option that they will run sometimes when something is on the initiators. Jing having another stellar map. Divide Impact found so many different ways. Now let's see if he can get it done with the op. Yep, he can.
And he can. Looks for the readjust. Counter flick not going to come through. Showstopper. Shing will get sniped out of the sky by Kiko, but still is able to find a kill. 3v3 now.
Takes
flight. Getting scooped up. Drawn from something. Check into mid. Gets a spot on the serial, but doesn't see anyone else. This deep lurk here from Kiko. Be able to find some value as Forsaken slowly drifting back. Kiko looking to push forward, take some space.
Prx isn't really reading this. They weren't aware that there were two players tucked behind that wall, so this is going to open up the map for Team Liquid.
It's going to fall on Patman once again.
He was so good last time.
To the B site. They haven't seen him. They have to suspect that he's going to be the one playing on this side of the map, trying to play around that Viper wall. Serial about to make first contact. He gets dropped. Spike now on the floor. Quick TP over into B main. Patman still going to get flushed out though. Spike has to be scooped up. Hit comes through. That's still needing to recover this, and there's only 20 seconds remaining. Small little corner of safety within the pit to try to go for the plant. Otherwise, might have to try to just pass this over to Kiko.
So spammable.
And it is. Forsaken.
10 seconds left.
Reads it perfectly as something comes in off the flank. 13-5. This series is not done yet. Prx will not go quietly into that good night. We get a map 3. We get Lotus.
A flawless defender side for Prx. Unbelievable recovery after a devastating OT loss on split. They're back.
Looking back, Lotus still needs to be played. This is not over yet. One of these teams is sticking around. The other's going home. We're going to find out which one it is when we come back from the break.
तरबियत भूख लग रही खड़ाखड़ मीम देखेंगे क्या आ जाओ मीम देखेंगे रुको मैं कुछ खाने के बाद तब तक लगा के जाता कुछ नहीं भूख जो लग रही है मेरे को पेट में चूहे गुई 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 बोल रहे तब से तेरे बिना सौखल Why so sensitive? Okay. Why so sensitive? Okay.
What a response from Prx. We will be going to a map 3 after that performance on Sunset. I am your host, Yingsu, and I'm back here once again and joined by Koala Noob and Ender. That was a crazy comeback after what happened on map 1. You gotta give it to Prx to keep their composure.
Yeah, it seemed very clear that they meant business in this game. Map 1, it felt like it got stolen away from them, losing pistols, losing to a Euroclone at the end. But in this map, strong first half and lights out second.
Yeah, I mean, this could have literally just been a 2-0 for Prx. Like, they're playing insane right now. I mean, like, everybody's hitting shots. Like, they're not scared to fight into Liquid.
And you were very excited about the stage. Was the usage of the stage what you expected?
Actually, no. I thought the stage was going to be a lot more leaning towards A, trying to, like, stop the Neon because Neons love to, like, take A space. But it actually was just like bunkering into the B site and Prx just doing what they do best. They're just fighting, getting in your face. They're not scared to make these like crazy plays against you.
Yeah, we did go back to beta a little bit, or the first time Prx ran this comp, drawing the heart up there.
Oh my God.
But yeah, playing some of those fun boost angles where you can see the rotates coming in, the players from shop. We also had Devi boosting up on his wall in mid on the defensive side with the operator in his hands. I think overall, he just played a phenomenal game, even outside of the stage stuff. Just gunplay.
Yeah, I mean, he was just hitting shots. Like, the walls were just so annoying. Like, it just... It's a character that's just not really taken into account on a map like this, and I feel like Liquid really felt that this game.
And this round especially, it's the end of the first half, it's what gives them the advantage. Even though they'd lost a player early, he's there for the res, and then just fearlessly taking and winning every single fight.
And you can see maybe a degree, Koala, of uncomfortability from Liquid, right? They couldn't find an answer to this.
Yeah, I think Liquid were approaching it really wrong. Like, they noticed that they were fighting A every round, but like, you gotta take some mid control. You have to like make the rotates happen because they start top mid, Prx very heavy, and then they just rotate and refight you. And when you're fighting into them right away, which is exactly what they want, like it's just gonna be worse for you. So try to like make them over rotate, try to make them like tax like a lot of util out. Like it just wasn't happening, and they just looked really lost, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we also ended up seeing Prx once they moved on to defense, just winning out the important rounds. I'm thinking round 15, which is their bonus. They were an aggro piece. They win into that fight.
I agree with you,
then round 17 as well. It's the first time it's rifle v rifle, and it goes the other way. This is round 15, and it's Prx getting a huge walk up outside of A while their mid players were distracting with the early fight, and Forsaken just plays it beautifully. It looks like Camo didn't even know where he was.
Yeah, I mean, this was beautiful by Forsaken. Like, didn't he walk through the one way as well?
Yeah.
Like, with full confidence. Like, it's just, this stuff you can't take into account when you're facing a team like this. And if you don't, like, this is exactly what happens. They're just going to punish you. And it just continued to happen. And it was beautiful by them.
I think we also saw the other day when Team Liquid were playing this map, they got a lot of free A space because Nats is throwing down that Viper orb that breaks the typical one-way there. We're able to get these consistent walk-ups. But whether it was the duo hold, sort of holding that 180, blocking down Team Liquid players, or refighting like we just saw there at the end of the clip, Prx had a very clear game plan at countering out what Nats was trying to do.
But it's the game plan that everybody is familiar with, right? They don't respect you. They're going to play like they don't respect you. And Koala, maybe we're going to talk about it in a second, but moving on to another map, the third one, they got to learn from that. They got to understand to not play into Prx's game.
Yeah, I mean, Lotus is up next. It's a map that we maybe don't know what Liquid's going to even pull out because they used to run the Teho. Teho's nerfed. It can be a completely different comp, but Prx, I feel like they always just stick to their style and it just works for them. So I'm just really wondering, like, what's Liquid going to do to approach this? Because it just didn't work.
Yeah, and I would love to, at some point, see a Waylay. We haven't seen a Waylay in this tournament yet. If it's
I don't want to see the Waylay still. I'm not a believer at all.
Why are you such a hater?
Because there's other agents that just do Waylay things better.
You don't believe in the Wayslay, you know, we Wayslaying on the global stage?
I believe in winning, and Waylay is not doing that for you right now.
Well, if it's somebody that can help Team Liquid turn things around as we go to map 3, it's gonna be Nat. So let's hear from him about his Masters experience so far in this Omen Player Moment.
Hello, my name is Ayaz
Nats by Nats.
I'm feeling good. Jet lag is a bit taking over. I'm already wanna go to sleep a bit, but I mean, honestly, it's good. I came to airport, straight to hotel, spoke, went to sleep, practice day, went to sleep, instantly match against MIDR.
Sova has not been able to recover a decent weapon. He's ice cold. He's just got enough time to find the plant. Gets it in. Will be spotted out by Verna with time to fight. Verna was 35, very low, but he has the drop on Nats, who's watching the other corner. ring around the rosy, but Nats now is convinced that this is the line he's looking for.
I'm happy to be on the stage. I'm happy to perform with the team.
Yes.
And I mean, that's amazing feelings. It was awkward and weird to watch them from the distance. But at the same time, it was good to see what's the issues and gaps we have in the team and what do we need to work on, because watching from the second different perspective is always good. I was a bit stressed when they were playing, especially the rounds that was not secured from time to time. But it was different feelings from being on the stage and watching.
Okay.
Team Liquid, they are running a 6-man roster, and as we go to Lotus, I can confirm Serial will not be playing this map, and Penny is coming in. Koala, you know Penny, right? You played against him in the past. Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, I mean, I faced Penny in challengers. I faced him in scrims. Like, he is a very aggressive, he's a very good, confident player, and this makes me wonder. They're going to Lotus. They ran the Deadlock Cypher Waylay, Matejo. But Penny's coming in, so I'm wondering if he's going to go on the duelist, and maybe Camo's going to go on to like maybe a chamber.
Yeah,
could be possible.
On Icebox, that's what they were doing, right? Penny, Jet, Chamber of Camo. The other world we could live in is a double duelist look. You know, I mean, we've seen like teams like T1 playing the ISO and things like that, but it kind of seems to me like the last comp TL was playing on this map was off the wall and strange, and we could maybe just see it flip the complete other direction in terms of aggro.
And is that the best use of Penny? You think you have to just stick him on a duelist in this sort of scenario?
I mean, he's had a little bit of off rolls on other teams like G2. He was flex, but to be honest, like, he's a very good duelist. He's one of the better duelists that I remember facing in challengers back then. I think he's gonna get a lot of impact with it, and if they go this double duelist route, Prx, they like to play the double duelist also. So this is going to be a very, very interesting, very high like pace, high aggressiveness like matchup, and it's going to be awesome to watch.
It's also just such a wild world we're living in right now, where Team Liquid played all of Stage 1 with their 5-player roster, right? Coming to Masters, Penny is in the team as a 6-man, playing for Nats initially, then swapping around between him and Serial. But we are now in a do-or-die situation. Lose this, you're out of the tournament. Win it, and you're moving on out of Swiss towards playoffs. And it's coming down to the new guy for this team to step in at this critical moment.
And how big of a risk is that, though? Like you said, they have Serial. They played with Serial on Lotus, too. They've never played with Penny on Lotus, and we even heard from them from interviews, with Lohan even saying they didn't even scrim.
That's it.
Nats and Penny have scrimmed together once. One time.
Yeah, and was it a Lotus map? I don't think so. There is a very real world where this is one of the first times these 5 players are ever playing this map at all, let alone on stage.
What would you do if you were Penny? You know, how would you be feeling in that scenario?
To be honest, like, all he needs to do is not let the pressure get to him. I think everybody that has watched him knows he's an incredible player, and the biggest enemy is himself. If he can push through this this pressure and just realize, okay, like, they wanted me here, like, they want me to play for this 3rd map, do or die, like, they really have this trust in me, and like, that should be like a very good like confidence boost for him to just really like take over the game, and like, this could be a very close series.
And he's been on the master stage before, right? The pressure, I don't think, is going to get to this guy way back in the day with version 1, but now for everything for his new team to try and advance.
Yeah, and of course, if you're Serial, you're kind of, it's a helpless moment now. You know, you've done what you can do on map 1-2. He's going to have to watch the rest behind the scenes. And for Nats too, we've spoken of him so highly, and after that, you're familiar with the Nats features. We need a Nats feature more than ever.
Yeah, I mean, Nats, like, he had a very slow start. To be honest, I don't think it was fully his
start.
Like, Liquid were kind of playing into the Prx way. He couldn't really get to, like, the lurks going that he's known for, like, these hyper aggro like timings. Like, he really needs to do this in this Lotus for Liquid to be like the team that everybody kind of knows them as, because that's really like what Nats is known for.
Yeah, there's so much pressure on him individually to find those lurks, as you're saying. Also to call the map, also to bring in a player that's been sitting out the last 2 maps. That's the other thing. Penny hasn't been with he's been with the team between games, but hasn't been with them on stage. He also hasn't been, you know, actually playing, so he's got to stay warm.
They're gonna play the Waylay, but it's a double duelist with it.
Wow.
Yeah. Do we like it? How do we feel?
It's really interesting. It's not the like worst thing in the world just because of the Prx comp. It's kind of like almost a mirror matchup, but it's just like what's their plan with this? Like, I feel like do the Waylay, does the Rays work well together? Like, are they just gonna do like heavy executes? Like, I'm very curious to see how they play around this versus the stunning attack.
I think versus the Vs in particular, you have 3 different agents that can jump past the wall, jump past the thorns, right, and overwhelm the site, especially C-site. I feel like is going to be an area they're going to do or die match to. It's going to be nuts.
And there's only 2 people that are going to be more excited than us, of course. One last time today, Achilles and Paperfin.
Thank you, Yinsu. Here we go. A Waylay at long last seen here at Masters Toronto. The first time, maybe even the last.
Let's go.
The Team Liquid calling Penny back into the roster, back onto the stage, trusting in this player, trusting in his previous experiences on a Masters stage to be able to close out this series versus Prx.
Another interesting thing for Team Liquid here is the tremendous amount of mobility they're going to have. Are they going to be able to have that coordinated well enough? With bringing Penny back in, the desk was talking about how little practice they've been able to put together with him and Nats in the same lineup. They have so much ability to maneuver on this map with the Waylay, with the Rays, with the Omen. Some really good options, but going up against a team that thrives in chaos in Prx. Quick clear of the cam there. We get into the map. Push out here for Prx.
Just going to overwhelm Nats. Strafing through. Some damage eaten there by something. Still able to find the opening kill. Orb available here for the taking. Prowler trying to check forward. Camo doesn't get spotted by it. Added presence still going to be known. Tap on the door does force Prx back in towards the B site. Warning pings down. Bit of a fake there on the TP. Let's get the thorns to pop.
Got one of them. Go. Prx was ready for that C hit. But instead, it's a change in direction through the door towards B. Doing a little jiggling.
Try to clear him out, but there's the covering fires. The paranoia gets sent. Penny desperately trying to back away. Lobs in the paint shells. Spike gets tapped, but something swoops around from upper. Finds one. Attack fighting back for a little bit. They are just running them down though. Prx. They get themselves a second pistol win. They take the opening round on Lotus.
Felt a little disjointed here from Team Liquid, and Prx seemingly had a good read that somebody was going to be alone in the pillars area outside of B. They just overwhelmed Nats. No hope for him there. And the great paranoia from Forsaken, playing that angle so well. Something with the perfect timing. The haunt reveal onto Patty Tech. The chase down by Forsaken. And the outduel of Kiko by Jing. Prx finds another crucial pistol round win. All classics here for Team Liquid. No buy-up to speak of at all. Guardians, a Bulldog, a Stinger, and a Sheriff. And already a kill for Patman. Looking for more. He's got 2.
Yeah, entry coming through. Camo does manage to get on top of Patman to find that elimination, but it has just been a firing squad. Put up here from Prx. In the corner here is Nats. Nats to make it a little bit more costly.
Fucking rats.
3 players surviving. Prx close out the anti-eco and move up 2-0.
That's A-okay though for Prx. You're able to keep over the 3 big guns that you'd really like to. The Guardians and the Bulldog. Inside of that, let's see what they want to buy up into. Patman holding the line nicely. Something swinging through the door. Like the proactivity here from the Yoru. He's already found a couple opportunistic blanks in the pistol and the follow-up for his team. Now they're just here at A. It's the whole Prx squad.
And it's a hell of a read. One player set up here as, yep, Refract is going to have to be used immediately. Quick exit, trying to utilize Pen there on the Guardian, but damage not really going to be found. This Forsaken. It's going to go ahead and slot in right here in front of the door, Judge in hand.
That opens up the map here for Prx to try to cut off some of these other attack vectors. Something going to be trying to hold the line at C.
Point coming in is going to be heard as the wraparound comes through there from Patman, but something in the headshot. Pico taken down. Nats trying to fight, but cannot get it done. Judge is going to be left on the floor. Camo able to find that kill, but eats an immense amount of damage. That was going to be routed through tree, where the wall is set up. It's popped. Quick little blast pack forward. Get this plant down ASAP. Lion's share of the work is going to have to be on the shoulders of Penny, you would suspect, given that Camo does just have 17 health remaining. Batman making some noise. Rushing forward, back, turn, the swing, divide. Able to find one, now it's just Camo. Completely revealed out. And as he swings back in, Defy picks up where he left off on Sunset. A 3K form, Forsaken on his feet, bonus converted.
This is just such a great read off the rip. Prx completely stacking up A to make sure that Rebel control can't be taken set up for this judge. Even though it doesn't get a kill, a little bit jumpy there by Forsaken. That's okay, that's the info, that's damage done. And that opens up the rest of the map for them to play good defense, hold the line with those Guardians, find those kills, find those trades. And they're able to make those rotations through and open up the flank angle for Patmen. It is really hot start for Prx. Going back to the previous map, they haven't dropped a round in a while. And an early timeout has to be called by Team Liquid to figure this out and figure it out now.
One account from the previous map, it has been 12 rounds consecutively.
They hate you, Pennywise. They hate you.
So early timeout call needed here for Team Liquid.
If you want to make any esports
bounce
team,
back in, is it going to be the full save? Is it going to be a half buy? A couple players have a bit of money to work with, so likely to see some Stingers and Sheriffs.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got enough to swing that together. And you never know with those Stingers. You just have those hot rounds. You can get those ecos to go your way. Prx, of course, going to have the full rifle buy this time and have a little bit of economy behind it. Nobody's super close to any ults. Jing and Patmen 2 away from theirs. 2 away from Camo's convergent path. So a few things to consider maybe in the ult department for this round. Just depends if we get there or not. Prx again.
They will
going to make a play for a Rebel, but it's looking like more of a B-sided hit where the Vice Wall is.
Rebel control firmly going to be the hands of Prx. Tap of the door. Something looking to contain these players. It's all of Team Liquid. It's pushed up, ready to try to just rush forward into the site. Saturation not going to hit. Goes up the nose of the top. Patman, however, finds the punish before the refract can come through. Penny on the entry. Does get on top of Jing. Utilizes the Stinger. Forsaken. Finds the enemy raise. Fully blinded up and paranoid. Swiftly dispatches him. Team Liquid now scrambling a bit. Trying to figure out where they can pivot to.
Trying to open up the map, trying to create a little bit of confusion. Prx was matching their every step. Now something going to slide over towards stairs. He's going to be the first point of contact here against this Team Liquid A push, but the spike's still all the way over at Mound, so this just maybe trying to pull players of Prx away to open up the C site there for Patty Tech to get in.
Sees the cam go off. Swings to the opposite side just in case a pixel would be out of place.
30 seconds left.
The silent swing forward here. Noise made. Clears the trip. The rebase from that's dealt with. Pico now pinned in. Flushed out.
You died last.
Shot.
3 players surviving. Prx 4-0 to start.
This is a rejuvenated Prx after that win on Sunset. I can see the comms. You can see the way they're maneuvering on the map. It is so much cleaner, so much crisper than what we saw on Split. Good reaction here by Patman. Not letting the waylay dash fool him too much. And then they have that Vice Wall to completely stall out the attack. Great paranoia to set Forsaken up for a good kill. Gets away from the Nightfall. Something there. Playing aggressive into that smoke. Sensing they weren't going to make that A hit. He found his timing to clear the trip and go for the kill on the Nat.
Back into the buy, and it looks like Prx is going to look to up the pace. The paranoia going across the hot reveal. The spray coming through, and Jing eventually is able to find it. 3 assists lobbed in. Penny on the floor. No showstopper to be seen here in this round. Team Liquid, though, still staying stacked in position. Paint shell still available. As the C's going to be locked in. Patman finds a headshot, and Jing finds 2. Nothing more to be done than to die. Prx
Prx cut. भाई जिंग
continue on their merry way.
These are incredible reads that we're seeing from Prx.
PRX का ego
They are just one step ahead of Team Liquid at every twist and turn right now. Beautiful, beautiful utility from Patman. And Haunt is great. The C's follow up to set up the showstopper. Perfect. Perfect. Hard to draw it up any better than that. And that's got Alex pumping his fist. That's exactly what he wants.
Critical ultimates about the cycle in here for Team Liquid, though, are still going to be on a bit of a half investment. Quick little exit.
Slow motion, man.
Grabbed here by Patman. It's a quick kick, and Camo dead on the floor. That's like spamming. Fish back anything that he can possibly get to find some advantage. The Prx seemingly have every read, and Jing backs away. A rare sight indeed.
He was thinking about it.
Up on top of the tree, finds one, and he will be able to trade it out. 4v2. Just a Guardian and a Singer, and all that the Boombot confirms is yes, they are still on the other side of this smoke. The pinch getting ready to come through from behind. They try to get an angle. Nats cleans up too. Sends that Neural Theft. Devi immediately going to be backing away. 48 HP.
क्या दिख रहा Nats निकालता?
Well, it is Nats. He has already shown us a couple highlight reel clips for clutches.
It's the flash. Something slows down the approach, waiting for Devi to get a little bit closer. Nats swings around over towards drop, checks in on that side. Nothing going to be spotted. Has the cam, but doesn't want to set it up and reveal his position. One of the greats to ever make it onto an international stage, looking to try to get this clutch to keep his team in this series, in this map. Swings in.
Oh!
Just a little bit faster. Nats cannot work his magic. Prx have the counter curse, and they have a 6-0 lead.
It's just the Prx way there. Just fight, fight, fight for control of the front of A main. This opener from Patman is a belter. Jing keeps pressing, uses that smoke to his advantage. He's very close to another showstopper. Forsaken there. Okay, they get outdone by Nats. Something crisp at the end, and Liquid already into their second timeout here. 6 rounds in.
Players on their feet, and as you said, the timeout call. Desperate measures here for Team Liquid. Losing in this one-sided of a fashion, starting on your attack with double duelist. Certainly not something that they were going to see coming.
No, for sure, and the hard part about this coming into this series, when I saw this map draft, was I was like, these are almost Prx's 3 best maps, Pearl excluded. So you're going to have a really tough time here as Team Liquid. I know they're really good on these maps too. Man, oh man, Prx is flying. The train has wings. And now you've got a lot of ults here for Team Liquid. This round has to go. You've got the showstopper. You've got the convergent pass. You've got the nightfall. There is something's ult for a retake if it comes to that, but look at this. It is all 10 players.
Spam kar rahe log.
This is going to be a titanic clash. Ults here on the side of Liquid as the showstopper going to be sent out the blind, connecting. Rocket gets set, but Jing striking, able to find one, penetrates it back. As we go way late for Raze, the nightfall going forward, gets the tag on to Devi. They're trying to flush him out, he gets the spot. Finishes off the enemy Raze. Kiko able to go ahead and push forward. Taking down Forsaken at the door. Patman trying to play it slow, play it close. Finds the first. Nearly has him line up. Something now has arrived. Cage blocks. Finds the first. Makes it something. But Team Liquid will at long last persevere. They get themselves on the board.
But you're kind of okay with that as Prx. You do a ton of damage still. A bunch of ults had to be used. Everything but the convergent paths and Kiko's ult. And you still make it oh so close. If Forsaken could win that battle against Kiko, probably goes the other way. But now, you're going to be facing a similar situation here as Team Liquid with a ton of ults.
You heard it right there from the coach. We're back in the game. Could just be that first step. First of many. Camo at the ready, going to be sending out the convergent paths. Immediately pushing forward. Forward into the smoke. Nothing going to be spotted. How long does he want to stick around?
He's got it all. Oh
Counter
no!
spray finds the headshot. Something taken down. Nightball now invested from Patman. Crashes across, connecting onto multiple players. Devi will go ahead and equalize the player count, but Kiko trades it back into the favor. Jing, however, another showstopper built up. Sensen gets rewarded with 2 once more. As Paddington cannot get the clutch started. Prx not looking to give any breathing room here to Team Liquid. They establish a lead at the half at the very least. It's now just a question of how big it is.
And I want you to look at the scoreboard here if you get a chance, folks at home. Jing, yes, on top with the frag, but look at Patman. He nails a beautiful nightfall here. He has 11 assists on this map in 8 rounds. His fade play right now is fueling Prx.
The dimensional drift still online. Early tag damage here. Forsaken had revealed the Odin in the previous round. He's looking to be as big of a pain in the neck as he possibly can be. He has already helped to tear them asunder. Something, however, going to be taken down. Camo winning the duel at range with the Sheriff. Still snappy with the shots here.
Do have the tripwire to account for this lurk. A pause. Forsaken still gets a kill.
Spammed out. Jing blastbacks over the top of it. Seems like it was heard. There's not much they can do to try to dissuade as Patman is also there. The cleanup comes in. The pain continues. 8-1.
GG.
It's every round on their feet for Prx. There's nothing but confidence right now. They are just so dialed in, making the right decisions at the right time. Forsaken doing a great job here. Jing pressing the advantage. Just when Team Liquid thinks they're safe, Patman strikes from behind. You want to brawl? You want to run double duelists against Prx? They're down.
Well, Jing clearly not getting the memo on that entry from Camo. Forsaken does manage to find a bit of revenge. TP into the back here from Kiko. But it's not going to mean very much. Finds the first kill, but Forsaken has just already massacred the entire rest of his team.
Spikes down.
Cover going out. Pick up the Odin, try to counter spam out. They're more than ready for that.
Spam karna 4 seconds. See.
Liquid can just not catch a break. From this point, Kiko would love to try to save the weapon, but has to suspect that he's going to be surrounded pretty much on all sides. We'll confirm his position. TP in the smoke, pushes out. He will get taken down, makes a solid go of it to be able to find the second elimination, but it is far from a round win.
Just in cruise control. Forsaken with his Odin. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh my word. Oh, Nas just walks into it.
क्या मार रहा रे सलमान भाई टाइगर जिंदा है पे चलाया चला रहा ले गया किसी ने.
Something still has the dimensional drift. Hasn't really had an opportunity to use it because the rounds are basically over in the first 10 seconds.
Unless he's there for the initial contact.
Yeah.
Hasn't gotten much to do. Over the top, no spot out there. The fract used from Camo.
Checking to see if Patman was waiting around the corner there. They're actually stacking behind the wall.
Blind is dead.
Top of the door, Penny out to the open. Devi able to collect. 2 players trying to stay tucked into this cyber cage, but it's not going to last very long. Flash out off the cone Devi with another 3K.
One-sided
the only one left alive, and he cannot nail the targets. 4 for Devi, 10 for Prx. Looking unbelievably dominant as we go into the last round of this half.
This is absolutely just a massacre.
They
are swarming. Anytime they make contact with Team Liquid, they are taking the fight, and they are coming from a bunch of different angles. They are swarming Team Liquid whenever they have the opportunity. And they're trying to get in their heads, trying to let them know Team Liquid has 4 Guardians and a Hero Vandal.
They have long since been in their heads here.
We found one.
Couple ultimates dangerously close to being online here for Team Liquid.
I have the spike.
Look to try to get themselves at least a 10-2. Spot out, Forsaken backpedaling. Tries to cycle another smoke. It's a tiny little gap left in this one. Clear out, push forward. Camo able to find the headshot. Eats a decent amount of damage, but still comes away with the kill. Convergent paths at the ready.
I'll handle this.
Thinks better of it. Waits for a little bit longer now, sends it out. Jing gonna be taken down. Dimensional Drip scouting them forward. Gonna bounce up from Penny. Savai hits the transfer. Steel guarded. Now gonna be invested. The Nightfall's out. Nats is able to find one, but something cleans it up. 2v2 without their weapons. As something hits the south swing. As Patty takes position is known. Full HP. Looking for the headshots. Spots out the buy. The flash flying. And once again, something escorts them forward. 11-1 at the half. Prx on the cusp of playoffs.
The train has not left the station in Toronto yet, folks. Oh my.
It is still very much here. Team Liquid need to pull off the miracle to end all miracles to run this back. Otherwise, we will be seeing Prx in the playoffs. We'll take a quick break and see you on the other side of halftime.
Chill. Come to me.
Bro, क्या हो रहा है guys? क्या हो रहा है? क्या PRX one-sided domination? ऐसे चलते रहिए तो फाइनल्स में जीत जाते ना, किसी को मालूम नहीं चलता। अच्छा मजा आ रहा है, मैच देखने। क्या गाइस, तुम्हें क्या लग रहा है? मेरे ख्याल से PRX अगर आ गई यही फॉर्म के साथ आ गई। PRX का दिक्कत क्या है मालूम, मैं हारते रहते हैं, कॉन्फिडेंस लो हो जाता है। एक हारे तो चलता, लोग हारते चले गए लेकिन कॉन्फिडेंस बूश रहा है। समझ रहे तुम? चलो चलो।
We're now back for the second half. There's Prx utter dominance on display to start off here onto this Lotus. 11-1 the scoreline as we go back in. Some smiles here still from the Team Liquid camp. As we'll go ahead and take a zoom in on the Coinbase Econ report. And unsurprisingly, Prx numbers are quite high.
The Devi, he's only died twice, so he's able to get some extra value out of that Econ rating. He has just been so good. Once we got past Split, he got fired up, and he got involved, and he got destructive. You can see Jing there, just coasting through that high rating. It was all Prx all the time, other than that one round after the second timeout that Team Liquid took. They have no more. It has to be just those players on stage, just Nats, who's been a tremendous leader this year. And you can hear it in his voice comms. But here against Prx, this is a team that is
चलो
flying.
3 राउंड ही देखना है ना बस.
All the momentum behind them. They have found that extra gear that we saw at the beginning of the tournament.
They are just 2 away from delivering
पिस्टल रन जीत गए तो खत्म है मैच.
Third 13-1 scoreline of the tournament.
That is a head scratch.
अगर यहाँ से कमबैक हुआ ना TL कसम से नया फैन तुम लोग को एक मिलेगा आज इंडिया से.
Well, it's a
अगर तुमने
5-man
कमबैक
push.
किए तो TL.
It's a weird cheeky camera cleared by Jing.
सच में बोल रहा हूँ.
Trip right at the front door. Orb grabbed. Prx is just barreling in.
Tripwire caught there from the clone. Kiko finding a nice headshot. Is able to take down Patman. Eats a bit of damage. But Nats going to be felled. Kiko still breathing still, staying alive.
Side wale ko marna pehle.
They both have to go their separate ways. Turns back, finds the hit on the divide to get the 4K. And Patatek comes to the rescue. Team Liquid, they will maintain a lead here in pistols, 4-2 in that regard. As they find their second round win.
God, that was nasty.
Kya mara guys?
Just gets a little bit of help from some friends too along the way.
Okay.
That one is
Ye mara.
Off of audio.
That is crazy. 4 HP
mara.
here. The Paper X players are busy trying to clear out the encroaching players, and they never deal with them. Yeah, that's
Nice one.
Hell of a way to start off the second half.
Couple
More
sheriffs.
investment here.
Yeah, a couple sheriffs though for Paper X.
Oh, certainly a chance to do some damage. Push forward, tap of the door, trying to see if they get any response here. Cam situated up but above from Nats.
Checking for some of that Cypher util. Just trying to clear out whatever they can, but Camera's going to be in a position where you're going to need a deeper smoke from Paper X if you can figure out it's there to clear it safely. 2-2-1. Paper X thinking about B. There's that trip. Jing could get over it, but he's got a sheriff in hand. Oh, he knows he doesn't have any blast packs. Never mind.
Yeah, from Penny. Rewarded with a kill. The peak from Patatek, absolutely monstrous.
Spike
down.
Vi able to find one. Paint Shell not quite getting the full deep bounce that they were looking for. Finish the job, but Penny's Guardian will certainly suffice. 3K form to try to catch up towards that showstopper. Team Liquid cleanly close out the anti-eco.
Okay. It's a start for Liquid. The insane comeback. Don't give them too much energy here. The bonus would be massive. Yeah, just one round at a time. Absolutely. Has to be the mindset. I think Paper X is just going to send it into B here.
Judge in hand here for Jing. Just going to look for an explosive entry. Wire cleared. Player going to be noted there. And upper Patatek going to be forced away. Jing fitting over towards door. Boombot does get some damage, but how are you meant to push into this? They all fall to the wayside. The bonus conversion looks like it is not on the cards. Team Liquid are tied to the train track, and there is no masked hero on horseback coming to save them.
Jing दो को ले गया Jing अलग ही खेल रहा है.
Patman will rotate around to put Nats down. Match point locked in for Paper X.
I mean, they just had a plan. It's just clear the trip and then let Jing do his thing. They love these judges. They put him to such good use. Team Liquid caught sleeping outside of that door. They're just not quite ready for Jing to be there.
GG.
One of those things about Paper X, they're so fast, and now Jing is a showstopper already. And they are looking to line up over towards C, apparently.
Just the Marshall and half armor here for Patatek. Shots are going to have to be insane, but instantly the push at C is swept aside. Camo able to find one, a backstab getting ready to come through over here at B main. Penny getting the read, turns, finds it, clears it out. Showstopper value not going to be found. As the plant comes in, Jing down to 36 health. Forsaken catching a glimpse. Able to see Patty there as the shots go whizzing past.
Where are you?
Paranoia expended. Jing wrapping around the back, looking to try to get this kill. Has it cleared him. Notes him now. Finds a shot, another paint shell going to be built up. The Prowler doesn't note him somehow. This might lead Patatek to think that he reroute, but no, the Jiggle Peak does spot him out. And he will find the headshot to keep Team Liquid in this game.
इसका प्लान नहीं था पर इस पे नेट था, बूमबॉट था, आराम से खेलता था ना.
I think a 3v5 at some point for Team Liquid. Hard to say with how fast those kills come through.
Rip.
Yeah, off the rip there. They're still able to fight back. Goodness, something. What a flick. Or Forsaken, excuse me. Unbelievable. It looked like maybe, but that angle by Camo not dealt with fast enough. Penny there. Just Forsaken trying to get away from Patatek. Now you're onto a bit of a weaker buy for Paper Rex. 4 rifles, a sheriff. Have a showstopper now for Penny. And 1 away from a convergence path and a nightfall. On the side of Team Liquid.
Very good retake tools. Just a little bit of a util dump. Jake dead. Camo, he's swung all the way out.
Oh!
And he's absolutely massacred them.
हो जाए ace हो जाए Camo.
He's going to go down before he wants this ace. Divider trying to deny it away. We'll be able to do so, but my goodness, Camo. What a round.
Nice one, Camo.
To so quickly shut things down and keep Paper Rex still away from the playoffs.
Just anticipating the rotate there from Paper Rex, and they are not ready for it at all. And by the time they are, he's already scoped in. He's got the head on lock. And he's ripping them off. All right. Starting to get it going. Still hanging on to a couple of those ults. Still 1 away from a nightfall. Paper Rex getting close to a nightfall and a steel garden of their own.
A rare double bucky round here for Paper Rex. Cover going out. Brothers in arms here, it would seem. Jing bouncing forward, dealt with immediately as the headshot comes in. Penny not wanting to take any chances. Sends it with a showstopper. They'll be able to find a kill off the back of that one. Nice sheriff shot. Finds a tiny bit of value. Widely, Team Liquid just go ahead and overwhelm, conquer these players. Nets will eventually be able to find the target. Patman going to be taking down some decent damage.
12-6.
Paper Rex still not getting the victory. 6 more chances. Team Liquid are building momentum, and Alex has had enough. A timeout's going to be called.
Yep. This is absolutely
Alex
the right
timeout
call
बुलाया
here by Alex. Paper Rex was happy to just try to take this game into their own hands. Reveal right as Jing was bouncing in.
नहीं जाना नको जाओ बोलते नहीं जाना सी नको जाओ बोलते सी जा रहे तुम लोग ये नको जाओ बोलते ये जा रहे बी जाके सीधे डबल से चला जाके ए लिंक को जाके से ग्रेड से 2 मार दो जो मारने के बाद ऊपर जा सीडी जाके 2 मार.
All right. Well, see if he's gonna be able to get them to cut it out. It's gonna be another buy coming through here for Paper Rex, but Company's still not in the best position. Some half armors here on 4 of the players, one of them being regen. They do have a steel garden as well as a nightfall of their own to try to utilize and bring this to an end, but definitely have to start getting concerned about this run back for Team Liquid.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it was fun for the first couple of rounds. Now you gotta tighten up. You gotta stop the waterfall here.
This is a nice spot.
And they have an opportunity. They've got the ults. Just gotta find the right game plan.
This goes here.
Maybe another B hit.
That goes
there. That was the one round that went for them so far on this attacker's side. Maybe just spread the map a little bit. I wouldn't mind see them playing a little bit of ISO at the start. You know, they've been hot with the rifles.
4 अल्टे लोग के
There is an
पास.
op for
यार ऐसा
more
लगा.
paddock
ये
tech.
राउंड तो आने का बनता नहीं.
So, something to consider here. He's going to be holding that stairs angle. Doesn't convert.
Here's it immediately though as he takes a shot over at something. Now they know that it's in play. Batman just poking and prodding, trying to see if he can find anything. Broke out, trying to force Patatek off the angle. He'll be able to do so. He's going to reroute. Spike, however, starting to be brought forward in towards B.
They're trying to sell a fake at A, and it's seemingly working. Team Liquid has bought it, hook, line, and sinker.
Still going to be nearby enough that they can quickly try to get on top of this one, but Jing flying into upper, finds the kill. Convergent paths now about to be sent Forsaken. Teleporting his way out to safety, arrives now back over at Rubble, but something's got caught up. That gives a player advantage now to the side of Team Liquid.
अब क्या बारिश गिर रही guys? इतनी रात को क्या बारिश?
Not out of this yet. Forsaken just going to re-wrap through the baby door. Cut noise. Try to instill some doubt here. Smoke cycled onto upper once again. Basically tell the story. Spike gets planted. Team Liquid sending 3. Down towards Forsaken here. He's going to be caught in transit and he cannot escape.
Be right back.
Camo with another massive multi-kill round. 3 at the moment. Potentially beyond for the ace. Flash out the buy, only going to be good for 1. It's another 4K. Camo gets the ace! And Team Liquid continue to run this back. The timeout not resulting in the conclusion of this series.
That Waylay ult so impactful in this round. It forced Paper Rex off this comfortable plant.
Slow down.
And then Camo just is electric. He's deleting him. He is having one heck of a map here now. They have got to find a way to stop this momentum that Team Liquid is building.
Well playing.
They've got 3 stingers, a sheriff, and a rifle for Paper Rex. You've got a Nightfall, you've got a Neural Theft.
3 ultimates still available for Liquid.
Yep. We got 2 here for Paper Rex.
Corner check karo, corner
Noise plays off the back of that Prowler and does put Penny down to 12 HP, but Camo unscouted. Going to look to try to swing out, but won't be able to get the catch this time.
पर बैकस्टैप देखने को कोई नहीं, वेले आ जा रहा, कामो आ रहा पीछे पीछे.
Pressure here.
I'm not going to be ready for how fast he's lurking.
Let's continue to push forward, but yeah, no tripwires obviously with his setup here as Devi about to be knifes out, dead to rights. Camo finds the kill. Everybody from Liquid now getting clustered up, ready to potentially go for a flood retake as Jing's head going to be spotted. TP up and over the top, a slide down. Jing does find one, but Penny with that paint shell, able to go ahead and trade it out. Taking good for one, Nats trading it back. Drop the spike, still not planted now. Dead and drop.
GG guys.
Again, gonna be some damage. The round win is not there.
मैं अभी बोला ये मैच शुरू होने से
There's nothing
पहले
fake about this Team Liquid.
हाफ में
They are
अगर
continuing.
जीत रही तो वो जीतते चल जाती, हार रही तो हार रही चल जाती.
And Alex has to be wondering when do I pull the trigger on that second timeout?
I think maybe you give him one more chance here with the ultimates in cycle. Got 3 big ones available for Paper Rex. But now Team Liquid is just matching Paper Rex's intensity, matching their pace, matching their movements. So you just have to find that explosive moment here for Paper Rex. And they've got a wide open A site if they can suss this out.
Time to jump.
TP forward, something slides in along the door. Dimensional Drift at the ready, sends it. We'll see that this is completely opened up here for the moment. Early paranoia going to be sent there from Kiko. Not really going to dissuade too much. Zior is able to clear things for them. Penny up over the top, had a tech on the Jiggle Peak, the spray, not quite connecting. Showstopper, getting 7, Jing immediately shut down, Penny on the box. Finds both Forsaken and Jing. The wheels continuing to come off here, as Patman is only able to find one before getting taken down. It's all on Devi.
क्या हो रहा guys, खत्म है, PRX गई. 9-10.
Too many targets.
खत्म.
All lined up, all pushing forward, looking to try to hunt him down. Finds the first. Can they allow him to divide and conquer? The defuse is being held, and Kiko's got the kill. Team Liquid.
Nice one, ETL.
Unthinkably, are 3 rounds away from taking this into another overtime.
This is madness. Team Liquid is full steam ahead right now. They're on a train of their own. And the destination, they want it to be playoffs. Just crazy stuff from them. They shut down the ult. They're just not ready for the player to be blast packed up on top of the box.
Nice, Eric. Yo, I don't know how you did that.
Yeah, you got to take another time out here as Paper Rex. Got to figure this out.
Time out kill.
You know, something's Dimensional Drift there doesn't really see much. He just guesses that they're going to be at the top of A, and they're just not ready for Penny to be there. So just need to find that momentum, find that energy again here for Paper Rex. But Team Liquid is just frying. And it's been a lot of camo on that Waylay. Starting to really find the value there. He's going to be one away from another ult. We've already seen that ult be mega annoying. Penny's going to have a showstopper. Things are going to be tricky here for the next couple rounds for Paper Rex.
That it is. I mean, the timeout call is coming through.
One-sided domination करी तुम लोग ये.
For Paper Rex. Phantom going to be in the mix here. Bucky for Jing once again to try to see if he can get some value off of it where he failed previously.
Something को step up करना पड़ता है.
Builds up for a showstopper. Paper Rex in all likelihood maybe expecting to have the strats from the timeout call be implemented into the next round, but that doesn't work. You're looking at Team Liquid 1 away from an OT. Right now, the tenacity that's being put on display by this EMEA squad is absolutely astounding to behold. The peek out, the kill found. Patman dead off the rip. We're being watched. Tap at the spike, repivot into the B site, but players very much nearby. Jing trying to close the gap. Paranoia, however, is a little bit too late. Ends up getting taken down. Penny here around the corner, spots him, and something's just dead. He's just standing there.
Something kya kar raha
Offering
hai?
himself up, and Penny says, yes, thank you very much. Fight once again to try to see if he can get it done. Finds the one, but nothing more. Team Liquid, here at 10.
The unthinkable going to happen. 2 more rounds for Team Liquid, and it's going to be OT.
It's only in the bonus for Prx in this second half. Something trying to go for the setup, but somehow lost the sauce, not realizing just how close Penny was going to be.
He should have heard the blast pack. Not sure what was going on. Maybe too much comms, maybe too much chatter.
Virgin Path's at the ready here. Just going to be clear on the tripwire for now. Flash out, nothing spotted. Don't let this fully rotate and close, and Camo just inching wider and wider on the peak. Finds the kill. This Boombot getting some value. Repositioned from Forsaken, TP's out. The opposite side as the Convergent Paths does get infested. Swings in, finds one, tries to get the lineup there on the Penny, but cannot make it happen. He stays alive, maintains the player advantage for Team Liquid.
Next round buy nahi
Go, we'll reposition. Clear on the haunt from Nats. Disguises this. It seems like Prx are going to be pushing into the site. The Prowler is not going to check the angle. As something, he's looking up, he's looking for the camera! Patman tucked in behind the box.
30 seconds left.
Something
Prx.
kya kar raha pata nahi bhai.
I think they have to just call to save these two weapons. There's not much more to be done, but Penny wants to take it out of their hands.
They're aware this time of that negative space they've given up. They're going to hold the line right outside of C. Penny, though, on the hunt. Absolutely should be.
8 rounds in a row, 10 in the half. Team Liquid are 1 round away from doing the unthinkable. One more to take this into overtime.
I mean, this is just stunning. And think about the comps that these two teams are running. They're both running double duelists, and neither of them can play an attack side. Absolutely insane.
We've lost the match. We've lost the match.
It's not over yet, but Alex is frustrated. You have a Nightfall to work with. It's going to need Patman to come up huge with that util again.
Just can't believe how this has gotten away from them. Nightfall across, able to find 2. TP into the corner here from Forsaken. Does manage to complete the ultimate safely. Follows the trail, looks for Nats, is able to flush him out. Feels like the first advantage that Prx has been able to find for themselves in quite some time. Sees nade combo going to be sent. Prevents the plant from coming through. They still have not gotten this spike down, and something ends up getting picked off. Came out good for the kill. The haunt cleared out as Forsaken turns. He gets distracted and picked apart. Some shots in, a tag out. Camo still alive, still standing, still fighting. Team Liquid have completed the run back.
Switching sides.
12 to 12. We get OT once more.
You've never seen anything like it at the global stage. The comeback, the unthinkable happens. And Team Liquid has found another life, has found another chance. And Prx has thrown away what seemed like an unlosable match. It seemed like it was their game to take.
And they're immediately going into this overtime with a timeout call. Before we see any play, it's a timeout call to try to get this round win on the attack.
Yeah.
Coaching staff going to be feeling if we can get this one done, right, the 14-12 is very possible. Alex with an opportunity once again to talk to the players.
Mind Freak, now you're seeing the stress even getting to him.
Usually
the Iceman is cold, but right now it has got to be sweltering inside that coach's booth.
I can't believe that I'm asking this question once again, but Toronto, are you ready for another OT? Damn right you are! Let's get this started! This Team Liquid want to pull off the biggest heist that we have ever seen.
अगर यहाँ टीम लिक्विड हारी
On the defender side of Lotus, both of these teams
एक घंटा वेस्ट करे और तुम
doing all the damage.
अगर हार गए तो
Just mind-bending the way that this all played out. And a chance here to do the unthinkable. Can they get it done? They've ran it back so far.
Odin playing here for Forsaken. Team Liquid looking very well aware of this and now having their suspicions confirmed as Prowler's just going to be exchanged here outside of B. Sees Nate at the ready. One goes before the other, however. Catch not to come through. Catman tucked into the corner. Clears this out, but now he's very much stuck in position.
Team Liquid being very cautious.
That's inching forward and immediately finding the headshot. Saturation not going to connect there on the Jing as he's able to trade one back. Camo going to be dead. Nats does get taken to 35. Thorns immediately popped. The wall still here on the C site. A double entry across this one, and Patty Tech wins the duel against Abai. Blind out something. Managing to find 2 quick kills as Penny and Kika both going to be taken down. Forsaken arriving with the Yodin.
Last player standing.
Is now going to be playing all alone. Nightfall at the ready.
क्या सीन 1v2
As he will have his suspicions confirmed. Forsaken has repositioned. But to where?
अरे ओडी नहीं रखता
guessing
अपने
game.
पास
He's just rapping all the way through.
1v2 smoke
Knows he can come back and play this angle.
No smoke for 15 seconds, but a safe defuse spot here for Forsaken. Drifts out, shot, flying, how to take down the 10. Goes for the fight, and Forsaken will bail them out. He's on his feet before he even gets the defuse out. The Prx, once again, with match point in their control.
Oh man, something was struggling on the defender side for Prx, but he comes up with 2 huge kills here. Catches Kiko trying to ride the wall. And he makes him have a bit of a fall. Man, Patty Tech, frustration being shown, slamming the desk, had an opportunity.
Can't fault him for it at all.
No.
To get this close and then have Prx take the opening round after you've committed your timeout. It's brutal, but if it's anything like we got on Split, may just have some resets.
This is something remembering that Patty Tech was playing that stairs angle, trying to see if he could catch him with a spam. Patty Tech not really bothered too much there. Shift back over to A. Just an orb grab here for Prx. Looking to see if they can maybe get Jing a couple kills and get him a showstopper to lock this series out.
Camo tucked in. Just separated. With a thin door between them. As Penny not scouted. Do get the clear on the tripwire. A re-wrap here from Patman to join in with the rest of the team who are committing into the A site.
Rip and tear.
Camo backing away. Thorn set up at the base of the stairs. Prx. Does it all end here? Or does Team Liquid take us the distance and then some? Everyone in position, drop down into the site. Some spam across, takes them low. 97 HP between Patatek and Camo. If something holds back here. The paint shells buy some time. The push is coming in. Forsaken collecting two. Divide finding another. Nabs has fallen, and it's all on Kiko's shoulders. The 1v3, not to be found. Close, but no cigar. Prx nearly drowned in the Pacific tides, but they keep their heads above the water. And Liquid cannot stay afloat. Prx are going to playoffs.
In one of the most unbelievable matches you will ever see in Valorant. Prx has sent another Pacific team to the playoffs. Prx, engines full of steam. They're on their way again.
They were
वाओ तब से इसमें स्ट्रीम कर रहा था वाओ कोई ना गाइस मैं लोडू तभी भाई एंटी भाई टीम लिक्विड एंटी मैं छूटिया हूँ गाइस इस पे स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ तब से वाह कोई ना गाइस दुख दर्द पीड़ा सब होते रहता छूट इसमें से नहीं हो रहा भाई इतना रुका टीएल वाले टीम लिक्विड वाले इसके लिए हार जाते इससे अच्छा पहले ही बाय गाइस मैं जा रहा हूँ पहले मैं से स्ट्रीमिंग में हो रहा हूँ इसमें तब से इसमें लगा चूती जैसा में